Debbie. Debbie Parker, hello, how are you? Happy Saturday. Welcome. Welcome. We're doing it. We're making deep dish pizza, Gina Young style. This recipe is going to be a lot of fun. Welcome as you come in. If you look up and you realize you did not give a thumbs up, feel free to give a thumbs up to the live. Absolutely, it's very important. Gina Young's here to show you all a great time today. Hello, Debbie, yes, hello. Welcome in. Listen, tell your family and friends. Tell everyone you know what Gina's going to be doing in this kitchen today. Jalen, hello. Ron Wilson, hello. Angel, Tanya, McKaylee, Thomas, Lynette, Maggie, Susan, Derek, Maddie, Mary, Joe, hello on the move. Hello. Cat lover, Miss B. Hello. If at any time I miss anybody's name, I totally apologize, okay? I love each and every one of you all, but sometimes it's really hard for me to get to everybody's name, okay? Or everybody's message, okay? So now, but the fun thing about when I go live, after we cook and we sit down and we're chit-chatting, I'll have a more time to sit and read the messages like this, you know. But when I'm cooking, it's kind of hard for me to answer the messages. But every once in a while, I'll chime in and speak to y'all. Hello, Debbie, Karen. Ron says hello to Jared. Diane, hello, Jared. Charlene, Wasanda, Saved, hello. K Coffee, hello, welcome. Susan, welcome. Robert, Shirley Clark, welcome back. Tanya Jones, how's my leg? It's getting better. I've been babying this leg. I turned around and I've been using a heating pad for 2 days straight. I'm walking with the limp, but with God on my side, it's gonna be okay. And it's getting better every day, so I'm okay. I'm okay at the moment. It's hard for me to go up and down steps and to walk, but I'm okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make some pizza today. We're gonna forget all about the leg. Ernest, hello. Paula Jackson, welcome. Natalie, Gwen, Bella, hello. I'm excited to see you all today. I hope y'all, don't you do it, Ron. Ron said Frog Lake Pizza, y'all. Listen, if you don't know what Ron is talking about, it's okay. I'm gonna tell you a little later, after we make our pizza, and then we'll talk about that. It's so funny because we came across the frog in the backyard and I didn't know what to do with myself. I was a total mess. Valencia, Donna, and Marcia, hello. I love you so much, Lynette. Thank you. T. Smith, welcome. Raymond, how you doing? Linda, how you doing? Absolutely, Michael, hello. Shirley Clark, how you doing today? Susan, hello. Rigo, hello. Miss B, Derek Eads. I thought you would be done. Derek, don't you dare. Don't you mess with me today. Karen, hello. Christine Brown. Welcome. My holy king, hello. Gina's house is the place to be. You bet. Loretta, hello. Great. Listen, bring the thumbs up. During this live, let's make sure that the thumbs up is matching with the people that's in here. I see everybody that's in here. I know who's in here, and I see who's giving a thumbs up. Ain't hardly any of you giving a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to the live. It's very important to me. Deku, Dogman, welcome back. Kathy, welcome. Robert, welcome. Thank you all for speaking. What'd you say? Where what is? Tell me what you're talking about while I'm talking. Where what is? Did you look in the pantry out back? Yes. I mean the pantry back there on the shelf? Okay, and you looked in the laundry room? I know I'm gonna find it. Y'all, I'm talking to Dakota, our 14-year-olds. I'm not gonna let him drive me totally nuts today. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna let him drive me nuts, nope. Sonia, welcome. Marcia, hello. Bella, hello. Say hello to me. I just did. How you doing? Valencia Pickett, how you doing today? Tiffany, hello. Miss Karen, Nadine, welcome, 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 welcome. We're going to have a great time here at the Young's house. So, we're answering a request for deep dish pizza. I had to do some research. I had to do research because I've made pizza dough. Absolutely I have, but I had to be honest, I haven't made deep dish. But today we're going to make deep dish pizza. The recipe is so stinking easy. This is a cost-effective recipe. And so now, if you're cooking with me today, I do want to say this. This dough has to rise for 1 hour. I would prefer, honestly, that you let it rise for a little bit longer than 1 hour, but since we're live, I'm not gonna make y'all do that. I'm not gonna make y'all sit for 4 to 6 hours while we wait on the dough to rise, okay? So what I'm gonna require is that you have some time for this recipe. So we're making homemade dough. It's gonna be delicious and it tastes good, but it has to rise for 1 hour. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there. If you're cooking with me, I'd love to see red hearts in the comment section. It'll give me an idea of who's cooking. Rose, welcome. How are you? Pamela Armstrong, welcome. Shirley Clark, look like Shirley Clark might be cooking. You're just watching, Debbie? Okay. Okay, Rigo, you're cooking. Okay, great. Thank you, Bella. Bella, welcome. Marcia, hello. Oh, thank you, sir. Absolutely. Okay, great, great, great. Nate Dog, welcome back. You only have Jiffy cornbread mix to make deep dish pizza. Oh, I've never heard of that. I have never heard of that, Nate. But it sounds like it would be interesting and it would work. I feel like it would work for you. Okay, Mary, are you cooking with me? Okay, Mary Addison, that's great. So what we'll do, we're gonna give the people about, let's just say 5 more minutes to come into the chat. And then I'm gonna jump up, wash my hands, and the first thing we're gonna work on is our dough. Now, with the dough, I'd like to tell you all this. When you're making this dough, let me make sure I got both puppies in here. I do. When you are making this dough, you can just use a bowl, a nice clean bowl, and a spoon to mix it together. You can, and it's gonna be very successful. You can use one of the mixers that has 2 beaters. Okay, do I need to pre-cook my peppers and onions? No, not in this recipe. What a great question. For this recipe, you don't, because this pizza's gonna cook for a while. Great question. I don't know what I was gonna say. I totally lost my thought. This can be made, welcome Mildred. This can be made with a bowl and a spoon mixed up. If you want to use the handheld beater that has the 2 mixers, you can use that and just use 1 beater, okay? Or you can put it in the stand-up mixer. So any of those 3 ways that you decide to go, your pizza dough is going to be just like mine. Mine's just going to be just like yours, okay? And it comes together really quickly. You're cooking with me today, Margaret. Okay, this is great. Welcome in, Mildred. How are you? How is Sonia and Ron Wilson doing? Hello, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. It's great to see you all today. Welcome to the new subscribers. Are you a new subscriber? If you're a new subscriber, tell me that you're new. I'd love to welcome you, but if I happen to miss your name, the people in the background would absolutely love to welcome you. So at any time, just say, hey, I'm new, so we can welcome you. Thank you, my holy king, absolutely. Are we going to be putting, don't you dare, Derek, no we ain't. You're new, okay, and let me see what your name is, because going by so fast. Okay, I'm new, Bella, welcome. Thank you for coming in and joining today. Okay, and Frida, you're new, welcome. Welcome to the family. Y'all, listen, once you come into Gina Young's Live, you are totally family now. We've grabbed you, we accept you, and on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, that's what I need. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, Gina Young goes live, and we do this, and it's so much fun. And after we're done cooking, we sit and chit-chat for a couple hours. So welcome, welcome. Welcome, yes, Bella. Okay, and you're new, and your name is Saved and Woke. Okay, welcome. How's the leg? Okay, Miss Loving is new. Welcome to you. Absolutely. You're here watching with family. Okay, let me see. Sonia says, watching with family at the park, having a birthday party. Sonia, that sounds like so much fun. Sitting in the park watching Gina Young with family. All right, y'all. So now you're new. Tammy, welcome. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in and joining us today. I'm going to get my apron on. Okay, so someone keeps saying something about my teeth. Thank you for the comment. Hey, Gina, how are you doing today? I'm doing okay, Renee. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Tammy Ritter, thank you for joining. I'm doing okay, y'all. I'm limping around. You're going to see that I am limping. But I can definitely say that the leg feels better, but it hurt. It still hurts bad, but it don't hurt as bad as it did on Thursday and Friday. So I know that I have some progress because it don't hurt as bad, but it still hurt. I've tried to go up and down the steps, and it was like the worst thing, right? So, but God is in a healing process, and it's going to be okay. Nate Dog, thank you. All right, let me get my apron on. You said what happened to my leg? I'm going to tell you, but I ain't going to tell you right now. I ain't telling you right now. I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to wait until we cook. So let's turn around and cook, and when it's time to sit down and chit-chat, we'll talk all about the leg and what happened. So what I'm going to be doing right now, I'm going to go ahead and put the microphone on. That way you guys can hear me when I'm far away. I tell you what, I've been up since 7 a.m. this morning. I know. We had some business to do. And I don't know if I'm really tired. I was getting ready to say, and I'm tired. I think that God has given me the energy that I asked for. So thank you, Lord, for that. All right, let's plug the microphone in. Okay, and the microphone is on 21, I believe. T-Love, welcome in. Hello. So did the dogs use the restroom outside? Okay. All right, everybody squared away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move all of my ingredients out of my way. I want to have a clean work surface. Make sure the counter that you're working on is nice and clean, because at some point, we're going to turn around and put our dough onto the counter and maybe knead it just for a little while. You don't have to knead the dough forever, but just make sure your little space is nice and clean. And we will be putting some flour down on our counter. So basically what I'm saying is you don't want for your counters to have the taste of pine sol, you know what I mean, on your counter. So I would use like some hot soapy water, making sure your counter's nice and clean, and you can make a successful dough. Now here's what's interesting about this dough recipe that I'm going to show you today real quick. Oh, you said, hey, Polo, can you see him? Yep, you sure can. Here's what's great about this dough recipe. Let's just say you're in the chat, right? And you don't want to make a deep dish. If you don't want to make a deep dish and you just want to make a straight pizza, You can make a hand-tossed pizza using this same dough. And I'll talk about a little later what the difference between deep dish and a regular hand-tossed. And this recipe for this dough can be used for both. So you can use like a pizza slice, like a pizza pan, if you want the regular pizza. If you want deep dish, you're gonna use something like this. Let me just show you, okay? You can use a cast iron skillet or a skillet that you can put into your oven that has raised edges. You see how this is a raised edge? This raised edge here, okay, that thick edge right there will help us to get a deep dish pizza. All right, so if you have a skillet like this that can go in your oven, that's great. But if you just have a pizza pan like this, that's great too. Okay, get the pizza pan and we can show them that as well. And then I'll come around to the other side of the counter. Get the pizza pan real quick. Grab the pizza pan. Shara, welcome. Good afternoon, Bunny Brown Jones. Welcome, welcome. So now, if you don't have a pan like that, or you don't have an oven-proof pan or a cast iron skillet, no worries. You can use this. This is just a pizza pan. This will work for your pizza. It doesn't even have to be the size of the pizza that you want. As long as it's smaller than this, it'll work. It's fine. Okay? All right, let's flip the camera around. And also, we're going to be making a homemade pizza sauce. Yes, we are. We're making homemade pizza sauce. It's Gina Young style, and it's got a lot of flavor. This is going to be one good pizza. You bet it is, Sonia. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful to have you all here today. Let's rock and roll. I'm going to fix the lighting. You can fix that light over there. Jevil, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Welcome in, Jevil. Welcome, welcome. Turn it down low. Your family is enjoying this live listening. Okay, great. Well, welcome, Sonia's family. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to have a good time. All right? Okay. So now, I'll introduce all of these ingredients a little later. Right now, what we want to do is get our hands nice and clean. We're going to get started on the dough. Okay? So we're going to need some salt. We will need flour. We're going to need sugar. We're going to need yeast. And I like to use the instant yeast. Okay? So the instant yeast, it works like right away. There's two different types of yeast, and I want you guys to get the kind that's instant. The other kind, I believe, is called rapid rise. And rapid rise it takes a while. It takes a little bit longer, and that ain't what we're looking for, because we don't want to be in this kitchen all day, right? Absolutely. Okay, let me open these up real quick. Well, I'm taking them apart. I'm not opening them just yet. Okay, we're going to need some warm water. When I tell you all that we're going to be using warm water, you know when you're feeding your baby or you're heating a bottle up, let's think about this. If you're heating a baby bottle up, you don't want it to be extremely hot, right? No, you don't. So what you do with the baby bottle is you can check the milk with your wrist. Most sensitive part of your skin. You know, you do like that to make sure that it's warm, but it's not too hot. That's the type of water that I want you to use when making this dough. Because if you decide that you're going to use hot water, you'll kill the yeast. And if you use water that's not warm enough, the yeast won't bloom like it's supposed to, okay? So make sure your water is nice and warm, you know, to where you can put a baby. in that water, and they would be satisfied. Not too hot, not too cold. All right? And I know you all understand. You're very smart out there. Okay. So let me get my hands clean and get my computer so I can see everybody's comments. And we're going to get started. Okay, can I see the computer, please? Hand it to me. Thank you. We don't have a thing over here. All right, let me wash my hands, everybody. When I'm making this dough, I will be looking at my notes that I wrote down from making the crust prior to this live, just to make sure that I'm making it right. All right, let me get my hands clean. You will need a measuring cup because we will be measuring 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So you're going to need a measuring cup that is 1 cup. All right? You're also going to need 2 teaspoons. So let me grab my teaspoons. And the teaspoons will be for our salt. And also the teaspoon will be for your yeast. Okay? And then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of sugar. And we will also be using 3/4 of a cup of warm water. So when we measure out the yeast, I want to measure it in my measuring cup here because I want to show you all what happens when the yeast begins to activate. Kind of starts moving around, right? It gets kind of foamy and kind of bubbly, right? It's really interesting to watch it happen. And then the smell that automatically comes out of your bowl, it is just like one of the best smells ever. If you never smelled fresh yeast, you're going to love the smell when you're making this. So let's get started with our 3/4 cup of warm water. Is everybody ready? 3/4 of, did you soak the hot water in Epsom salt? Oh, did you soak in hot water? Well, when they tell you when you're diabetic not to soak in Epsom salt. So since I learned that, I don't do it. I don't do it, but I did soak in some warm water without the Epsom salt. And like I said, I feel better. I do walk with a limp, but I feel like I'm getting better every day. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup of warm water. I'm going to go ahead and measure mine out. But I want to make sure it's not too hot. I want to make sure it's not too cold. So I'll let that water run for a second. Not too hot, not too cold is very, very, very important. So keep filling it. Take a look over at me at the water. You may see the ingredients over here, but I'm hoping you can see how I'm checking the temperature with my hand, and I keep adjusting it until I'm happy. Like right now, the water's too hot. I just gotta keep checking it until I feel like it's nice and warm. Okay, so let's keep on checking. That's a little too hot. But like I said, it's very important. It's not too hot, not too cold. There we go. I think that's perfect. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup. All right, we're moving in the right direction. Now, I can clearly see that I have too much water. When you're looking at your measuring cup, when you're measuring liquid, if you're looking at it this way, you'll get the wrong measurement. You have to come down like this to see if your measurement is right, okay? You look at it from here, it looks like there's 1 cup. It does. But if you bend down this way, you're gonna really be able to see if your measurement is right. And I have 3/4 of the cup. Let me look again. There we go. Okay, so I'm very happy with that. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Not teaspoons, tablespoons. All right, I'm very excited to try this out. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm glad. All right, make sure nice and warm. There's 2 tablespoons. I didn't fill it all the way up, so I'm gonna put a little tiny bit more. There we go. That's just 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I'm gonna mix it until everything is nice and dissolved. We want the sugar to be dissolved in this water before we put in our teaspoon of yeast, okay? It's not gonna take forever and a day for the sugar to dissolve because it's just a little bit of sugar and the water's warm, so very quickly it will dissolve. When you don't hear the sugar anymore, it's dissolved. And you'll also be able to see that you can't see the sugar anymore, right? Okay? So there we go. Beautiful. Is everybody doing okay? All right. Now we're going to go in for 1 teaspoon of yeast. 1 teaspoon is all you're going to need. Okay, so I feel like I need to cut it. There we go. If I haven't welcomed you, welcome in. Thank you for coming in and joining today. I love each and every one of you all, and I can't wait to show you all how easy it is to make this delicious deep dish pizza, Gina Young style. So if the camera can come in, I'd love to show you all what the yeast looks like, right? Hold on 1 second, y'all. This is what our yeast looks like. It's kind of interesting, right? Kind of reminds you of sand. Okay, so now what we need to do from here, we have 1 teaspoon, and we're going to put the yeast right in, and we want to give it a nice stir, just a quick stir. Okay, you don't have to go stirring it forever. Okay, get all the yeast off. Okay, and from there, we're going to let the yeast activate. What happens when the yeast activates is it'll start getting kind of foamy, kind of bubbly. It'll start moving around in here, and you're going to say, okay, that must be active yeast, right? I have had times before in the past where I've tried to make something using yeast, and my yeast was expired. So make sure that your yeast, make sure it's not expired, okay? So now, let me look at my notes. This is so exciting for me. We've done 3/4 of a cup of warm water. We put 2 tablespoons of sugar in, and we dissolved it. After the sugar was dissolved, we put 1 teaspoon of the yeast, and we are activating it. That's what's happening right now as we speak. It's getting kind of frothy. It's doing exactly what I told you all to do. So the next thing that you're going to do, excuse me, is you're going to turn around and take this. After you can see that the yeast has really started to work up, you're going to put it into your bowl. If you're using a handheld mixer, or if you're just mixing it with a spoon. Or, in my case, I'm using a stand-up mixer. But don't worry, because I'm going to make sure you all can see down in my stand-up mixer. I don't want to have you guys where you can't see into my mixer. So the cameraman's going to make sure you can see down in the mixer. So at all times, you can see what's going on. Okay? So now, what we're going to do, we're going to pour it into our bowl, which in our case is going to be our stand-up mixer. Okay? And then we will be measuring out 2 cups of all-purpose flour. It's not self-rising flour. Nope, all-purpose flour is what you're gonna need.
Someone said, can you get pre-made deep dish dough?
Can you get pre-made deep dish pizza dough? Is that what you're saying? I don't believe so. I know you can get pre-made regular dough, but when it comes to deep dish dough, that's a different situation. I don't feel like you can, unless you go to your local pizza place and you say, hey, can you sell me a bowl of, a bowl of your dough? You might be able to do that. And they'll say, heck yeah, I will. They might charge you for a whole pizza, but it may work for you, right? So take a look with the camera so they can see what active yeast looks like. That's what it looks like. It's totally different, right? You bet it is. Okay, so what we're going to do, let me bring this into the equation. Okay. This is going to go in. I want to make sure, let me get a soft spatula because I want to really make sure that I'm getting all of that yeast and the sugar out of here. So we're going to pour it in. Just like so, and I see yeast in there. I'm going to take the spatula because we need all of that. We don't want to waste it and leave it in there. Okay, there we go, gorgeous. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a teaspoon of salt in, and we're going to put oil in as well. So let's measure out a teaspoon of salt. Just a teaspoon, no more and no less. You need the salt, believe it or not, to make it taste good, right? Listen, let me level it off. There's a teaspoon of salt. Put it in. Okay, you make sure you're getting good shots so they can see exactly what's happening, okay? Meanwhile, let's go ahead and measure out 2 cups of our all-purpose flour. When you measure out your cup for this recipe, it's very important that you level the flour off. That's why I have this plate, because when we level it off, flour could go everywhere, right? It just is going to naturally happen, right? See, like that. There's nothing you can do about it, but catch it with your plate. Leveling off, using the bottom of your butter knife, let's level off 2 cups. There's 1 cup. All right, let's get the 2nd cup. Oh, we're on the move. Absolutely we are. There's 2 cups. Wham, bam. Now, for the ingredients that you have used already, move those ingredients aside. Okay, move those ingredients aside so you know what you've done and what you haven't done. I'm going to grab my olive oil and I'll be right back. Okay, let me see how much olive oil we're going to put in here. Okay, so we're going to use 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Here we go. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Bring the camera in. You can come around this way if you'd like to, and that'll really help you out. So now I'm just measuring out 1 tablespoon of this gorgeous olive oil. I mean, when I tell you it's gorgeous and it tastes good. 1 tablespoon. No more, no less. Okay? How about it? So now what we're going to do, we want to mix this up just a little bit. And then as we mix this up, we're going to come in and we're going to begin to put maybe 1 cup at a time into our mixture. Don't pour it all in right now because you'll kind of have a mess. Put 1 cup in at first, mix it around a little bit, then put your 2nd cup in, mix it around, and at one point you may feel like you messed up because it's going to be a little sticky. It's supposed to be a little sticky, but I can make a promise to you that it's going to turn out just fine, okay? So let's mix this up together just like so in this manner. Just on a low. Look at that, just on a low speed. Don't go high, don't turn it on turbo if you're mixing it by hand. Just a little, just like so. That's it, okay? We turn that off. All right, we're gonna go ahead and begin to add our flour 1 cup at a time, just like so in this manner. How simple is the recipe, y'all? Somebody out there tell me, Gina, it looks like it's simple. I'd love to hear that because it is. Watch this, very slow. Just gonna mixy mix this and then we're gonna add the rest. Okay. At all times, have a soft spatula like this so you can scrape your bowl, making sure everything is well mixed in. And if you're mixing by hand, don't you dare worry because yours will turn out exactly like mine is, even if you're mixing by hand or if you're using a handheld mixer. Don't you worry for 1 second. It's going to turn out just like mine would. So take a look down into the mixer and we're going to turn that baby again just like so. Okay? I'm using a dough hook. For those of you that are wondering what kind of hook I'm using. Okay? So you can go back around that way. And I want to talk to you all about what's going to happen to our dough. What's going to happen to our dough is eventually, after it's mixed up, it's going to begin to form a ball, and the ball will begin to work its way off the side of the bowl. So whether you're mixing in this bowl, it will happen. If I'm using this, it will happen. The dough will form into one ball, it'll start pulling off the sides, and you'll have one big dough. That's what we're trying to do right now, okay? So let's see if we've achieved that. Okay, come in and look at it. Get your soft spatula out and let's see what we have. Well, we don't have the ball just yet. Scrape the sides, okay? But it looks like we're getting there, right? Always scrape the sides. Whether you're using a regular mixing bowl or your stand-up mixer, always go in and scrape the bottom, scrape the sides because those are ingredients that you need. And you don't want to stick into the sides and you don't get to use those ingredients, right? So I'm just giving it a nice scrape and then we'll go back in and begin to mix once again. Okay, so once I see that the dough is really beginning to work its way off of the sides of the bowl, then I'm going to come back in with the camera and show you what's happening. And then at that point, all of these ingredients are going to get moved out of our way. We're going to put some flour onto our plain counter, and we're going to work and knead that dough until it's the perfect consistency, okay? All right, let me get back to the comments and see how everyone is doing. Hold on, y'all. Okay, is everybody okay? Okay, you've been wanting, Lorraine says, honestly, I've been wanting to make my homemade dough since you got your new mixer. Lorraine, I think that you would totally just love making it homemade because you know what ingredients is in the recipe, right? It's no names that you can't pronounce, right? Right? And you feel good about making it yourself, and when you make things homemade, they taste better. Right, so that's what you're going to absolutely love. Let's get back to mixing this up just like so. So very quickly, come on in. I mean, it literally just happened. The dough has became to a ball. It's moving off the sides, right? That's what we're wanting. How about we do this for let's just say a good 2 more minutes, and then we're going to take this bowl out of the bowl, and we're going to flour our counter, just lightly flour it, and we're going to begin to work it just a little bit. We're not going to work the daylights out of our muscles, but we do want to work it a little bit. Okay? So let's move this. All right, we're moving in the right direction. If you're mixing right now by hand, keep on mixing until it forms one bowl. Is everybody doing okay? Derek, what if you use self-rising flour? Derek, I feel like if you use self-rising flour, honestly, I just have to be honest, I feel like it'll work for you. I promise. I promise. You know, you might get a dough that's really light and fluffy, but it will definitely work for you, Derek. Okay? So yeah, don't freak out. If you happen to have the self-rising, I feel like it'll be just fine. Okay? So let me show you how I like to dust my bench, is what they call it. They call it bench flour. Even though we're using all-purpose flour, they call this bench flour because we're putting flour onto our bench, which is our, our area. Okay? Lightly. Okay? Gina, that don't look lightly. I know. I know. But we're going to be okay. All right? So I'm going to take my jewelry off. We're going to get our dough out. And it will feel sticky, right? And you're going to say, my goodness, Gina, right? It's just naturally going to happen. Did you mess it up? Heck no, you didn't mess it up. It's fine. Because the flour, okay, would a spring-form pan work? Absolutely. What a great question. Spring-form pan will work. Yes, it will, because you're going to be able to build that crust up on the side. You know how you got the bottom and then you got that high side? You're going to be able to press that dough up on the side, and you have flat dough, and then you have crust coming up the sides. Great question there. I love that I can come in every once in a while and try to answer as many questions as I can. So what I'm doing, I'm grabbing the ball, and you already seen that it's nice and sticky, right? So what I'm going to do, we're going to get it out using our soft spatula, but when it hits the flour will change the consistency from sticky to pillowy and just gorgeous, right? It'll change it to a consistency where you don't want to stop touching it, right? I know, it's going to feel like a rubber ball, right? Okay, so let's get it all out. You don't leave anything in there. Perfect. Oh, come on out of there. All right, we almost got it. There we are, and a little bit more. Okay. So now we're going to get some flour on us. So if you're afraid of flour, come on, put an apron on. All right, happy birthday to whoever's birthday. Now look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. Okay. Remember, it was real sticky, but also see the flour, what the bench flour's doing. Now, guess what? It ain't sticking to my hands at all. Anything that was stuck on my fingers, all that is gone. We don't have that issue anymore, right? So now what we're going to do, let's knead it. And how about we just knead it 10 good times and that's it. Okay, so my kneading motion is pushing out, fold, pushing out, fold. You can fold it any direction, okay? We're going to push out and we're going to fold. So that's probably like 4 times. So let's count them now. 5, 6, 7. If you feel like at any time you need more flour, throw it on. You ain't gonna mess it up, I promise. All right. 8, 9, okay, and 10. Now come on with the camera. Come on, camera. Come on in. Hold on, y'all. Look at this. Somebody look how gorgeous, right? This is beautiful. Now, I got to tell you something. Here's what they say. They say, if you've made the dough right, when you push your finger in it, and normally I like to do this trick once the dough has risen, but we can do it now. When you push your finger in it and the dent stays in there, you didn't make the dough right. But if you push your finger in and it goes woo, it goes back up to the position that it was supposed to be in, well, you made the dough right. Okay, so how about we do it now, and then we're also going to do it after this sits for 1 hour. Take a look, we got beautiful dough here. Let's try it together live. Somebody tell me what just happened, okay? Back up to the original position. Looks like we made our dough right. So now here's what we need to do. This part's really interesting. We're going to take a nice clean bowl, all right, and we're going to take some olive oil. But guys, promise me you don't get crazy with the olive oil. Don't use a whole lot of olive oil. A little tiny bit. Come in with the camera. Just a little tiny bit. That way. It's really not a lot. Use your fingers to rub it. Okay, you can rub it all around that bowl. Okay, get the bottoms and the circumference of the inside of the bowl. And we're going to place our beautiful ball just like so. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of oil on my hands. Not a lot, guys, okay? And I just want to touch it. I just want to kiss it with that little bit of oil. Check me out. Can the camera show it real good? Can everybody see what's happening? Now, guess what happens with this? How about we cover this? Let me wash my hands. We're going to cover this with a tea towel. If you just have a hand towel or you have foil that you can lightly cover this with, put it in a nice warm spot. You can put it in the cabinet if you want. Absolutely you can. You never want to put this in the oven. Just because we say a warm spot doesn't mean you put it in the oven. Now, not a hot oven. You can put this in the oven as long as it has never been hot. You know, previously. You can also put this in the microwave. I'm going to just set mine in the microwave, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this clean towel, just an old towel, okay? I'm going to put this on top, and into the microwave we go. Make sure nobody in your house turns the microwave on. Let's let this set for 1 hour. So when I come back into the equation, we're going to clean all this area up, and I'm going to show you how to put together this amazing homemade fresh pizza sauce, Gina Young style, that only takes 5 minutes to put together. All right, so put this up somewhere warm. You may have a cabinet under here where you want to put it. Just put it, you can put it on your counter if you want. Just make sure it's nice and covered. Okay, stop sign. If you have a proofer in your oven, it will work. Absolutely. You're right about that. Is anything in this microwave? Let's put it in this microwave. We're going to put it in this microwave, y'all. Okay. So we're going to set a timer for 1 hour. I set the timer. Now's the perfect time. Clean up your area. Get all your ingredients together because we're getting ready to make a homemade pizza sauce. The pizza sauce is going to consist of salt, pepper, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, tomato paste, and crushed tomatoes or whole peeled tomatoes. Okay? So let's clean this up and then I'll be able to come back, read a bunch of messages, and see if anybody has a really serious question. I tell you what, if you never made dough before, making dough is one of the most satisfying things that you can put your hands on. If you like feeling certain type of textures, you're gonna love the feel of dough or the feel of making homemade dinner rolls. Like, I love the feeling every time I go to make a homemade bread, a homemade dinner roll or something like that. I get so excited because I love that feel on my hands. It feels so good. It just makes me so excited. All right, let's clean this up. How's everyone doing? Hello, Drew Moss. Welcome back. We're doing okay. How you doing? Okay, I have set a timer for 1 hour from now for the dough. And I just want to say this just in case you missed me saying it earlier. What I said earlier was I would really prefer that the dough would rise for 4 to 6 hours, but because we are live, we don't have 4 to 6 hours to wait for the dough to rise. So I'm going to suggest that, today we're just going to let it rise for 1 hour, but if we weren't on a live, I suggest letting it rise for about 4 hours. Absolutely. Okay? So now we got that nice and together. Let's get our pots out and we can make some homemade pizza sauce. In the meantime, let me see if anybody has a really serious question. Oh, you said bring up, put the rings back on? Oh, I'm getting there. How simple, how easy, how much fun was this recipe? Gina, don't forget those frog legs are boiling. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Derek. That's so funny. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because that frog had me so scared, y'all. It's okay. I'm going to tell you all about it later, y'all. You want to take this and put it away? Please and thank you. Okay, so the ingredients that we're going to use for our pizza, for our pizza sauce, the ingredients will be salt, pepper, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. We're going to be using our tomatoes. If you went out and purchased whole peeled tomatoes, you're just going to blend them up or crush them real good with your hands. Just crushing them really good, making sure it gets nice and fine. But if you purchase the crushed tomatoes, then you don't have to do it. I've made this pizza sauce using the whole peeled tomatoes. Like I said, you literally take them in your hand, crush them up really fine, put it in your pan with the sauce that also comes in the can, okay? Let's get our seasonings out.
Someone said, is tomato sauce fine?
Tomato sauce, absolutely it's fine. Tomato sauce is fine. Now, the reason why I like to say whole peeled tomatoes or the crushed tomatoes is because, let me show you something. Let me show you, and this is really interesting. So this is the crushed tomato. I want you to see how thick it is. Okay, and I'll just do it this way so you can see the consistency. You see how thick it is, right? And a tomato sauce will be a little bit thinner, of course, but we can work our way around that. And the way we can work our way around that and make it nice and thicker is using the tomato paste. Adding tomato paste will always thicken it up a little bit, okay? But I would prefer for you to have used the crushed tomatoes or the whole peeled tomatoes. If you just don't have it, I think you'll still be okay. Okay? You'll basically have to let me know like what your consistency is as you're cooking. Okay? So let me grab our pan out. Good evening, Enos. Thank you for coming in and joining us today. No TV, hello, welcome. What about, let's see. Gina, I hope your leg is okay. You didn't watch the video. I'm doing okay. The leg is definitely getting better. Let me grab a pan so we can make our sauce. So the first thing that we're going to do is we want to heat our pan up. And we're going to use a nice amount of the tomato paste. Tomato paste is going to serve as kind of like a base to kind of give our sauce some oomph to it. And also, I feel like when you're making a pizza sauce, you need a little bit of sugar in there. Now, there's going to be some people in the background who says, Gina, I don't want sugar in mine. If you're that person, just don't use the sugar, okay? And it should be that simple for you, okay? So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and put some oil into the pan. Come in and look. That's about a tablespoon, and really, that's all we need. It doesn't have to be olive oil that you're using if you just don't have it, okay? That's absolutely fine. So let's go in. So this is a 12-ounce can. I'm going to use half of this 12-ounce can. Half of it, okay? This is 12 ounces. I want to use half of it. And I want to begin to heat up this gorgeous tomato paste. Okay? If you're that person that you have tomato sauce and not crushed tomatoes or not whole peeled tomatoes, then I'm going to suggest to you that you use all of your tomato paste, okay? Because you're going to need to do what you can to thicken up your sauce, okay? All right, so now I'm going to grab a spatula. And what I'm wanting to do is once the pan begins to heat up, I'm going to be kind of mashing. Look at this motion. I'm going to take my spatula and I want to mash the tomato paste into the oil, okay? I want it like this. I want to get that tomato paste to get nice and cooked up and heat it before we add in our crushed tomatoes or before we add in our whole peeled tomatoes. If you purchased whole peeled tomatoes, you need to take them and crush them in your hands really good, get it nice and small and add it. And inside of the crushed tomato can, you're going to have a nice thick sauce that's in there as well, like this. I want you to use that as well. So let's see if everybody's doing okay. Can you use marinara sauce? Nate Dog, you absolutely can. And that is absolutely a great question. You can. You can use marinara sauce. It's nice and thick, right? It would definitely work. If you don't mind the taste of it, I would suggest if you're using marinara sauce to season it up, you know, with a little couple more of your seasonings, and wham, bam, you're ready, right? Gina, have you ever had Gino's East Deep Dish? I have had Gino's, I've had Gino's hoagies, Gino's steak and cheese sandwiches, but never, ever the pizza. Are you talking about in Philly? If you're talking about, I need a paper towel. Can you give me a paper towel? If you're talking about from Philly, I haven't tasted their deep dish. Oh, is that right? A place in Chicago. Okay, and it's the best, is that right? coming in, are you going to add to the top? Are you going to add to a top crust on your pizza? You might need to reword that because I don't understand your message. But I am going to do something different. Since we're making a deep dish pizza, this pizza doesn't come together like the pizza that you all are used to. You know how the regular pizza, not saying the regular pizza isn't delicious, because it is. But what we are going to do different is we're going to turn around and put cheese at the bottom. So we have our crust. Cheese goes at the bottom. Sausage goes at the bottom. Pepperonis go at the bottom. Okay? The sauce goes on top of all of that stuff and then Parmesan cheese. Now, if you want to be the person that says, I don't think I want to do mine like that, Gina, well, what you can do is you can put the sauce, you know, like normal, the cheese and your toppings on the top. Okay, any way you want to do it, but I want to try to be as transparent and traditional as possible when I'm making this deep dish, okay? And so I have mozzarella slices. I have mozzarella shreds as well, if you want to use that, okay? But traditionally, they would use mozzarella or provolone slices at the bottom, okay? It's so interesting. It is. So our tomato paste has begun to heat up, and I can really smell it, and I can feel that it's nice and warm. So now we're going to add our crushed tomatoes in, just like so. And don't worry about that big lump of the tomato paste. Guess what? Because it's going to eventually mix in, all right? And I'm going to use my soft spatula to do it. Okay, everybody doing okay? You can't go outside without passing out. Oh my goodness. I heard that it's really hot out there, y'all. The weather has been totally nuts. Okay. So now I'm going to use my soft spatula, and I want to kind of blend in or mix in the tomato paste with my crushed tomatoes or your whole peeled tomatoes that you have crushed up, just like so. Oh, you never made a homemade pizza crust? Yeah, so many people on this channel has told me, Gina, we see that you can make some great pizza, but when are you going to show us how to make the crust? Well, here we are. Here we are in the flesh. We're making the crust. Not only are we making the crust, but we're making deep dish pizza. Gina Young style. That's what we're going to do. Right? All right, gorgeous. So now's the perfect time. Think about seasoning. You season to your taste, to your liking. How much black pepper do you love? If you love it, put a nice amount. If you don't want so much, you ain't got to put a whole lot, okay? We're going to put some Italian seasoning. Can you come in so they can see? Italian seasoning, as much as you like. And then garlic powder and some salt. I'm not going to skimp on the garlic powder. Somebody might say, Gina, can you use fresh garlic? Absolutely you can. Maggie Please gave 20. Thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Sometimes I miss the comments going by, but if she did, thank you. I appreciate it. And there's some salt. If you can't use the salt, just back up from the salt, and I promise it'll be okay. Season it to your liking. Now, you can taste this from here. See how happy you are with the flavor. If you feel like it needs a little bit more flavor, re-season. But we are going to go in with some sugar. You need it for pizza. You need it for pizza, what is it, y'all? What is it? Pizza sauce. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and taste it. All right, let's see. But I can actually sit here and say it does need more salt, okay, and it does need the sugar that I spoke of. And I know that that's going to be the right mixture that's going to just really set it off. So I'm going to grab some sugar. You put in your desired amount. I'm just going to put a pinch in, not too much. Okay? I'm not trying to make it sweet. I'm just trying to make it have an amazing taste. What is that? All right. Let's see, let's see, let's see.
That smells like pizza sauce.
It smells
That's
like
crazy.
pizza sauce. Did you hear that? Uh-huh. Okay, let's see. On a serious note, what's it taste like? That's it. That's what I needed. That's it. I'm going to wash my hands. I know. I know the YouTube police. Gina, you just licked your finger. I know. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to wash it. It's going to be okay. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh, my goodness. You could only imagine how good it tastes. And so now from here, all we need to do, somebody said, come on, fall. No, because I want the summertime to be here year-round. Summertime year-round. Both summertime year-round. All right, so now that I see that I'm happy with the flavor, we're good. Okay? So now just let it simmer for a little bit. Okay? I'm going to let this simmer behind me. Because I want to get to my sausage. I have ground sausage. Now, traditionally, what they would do is they would take, let me show you real quick. I can show you better than I can tell you. Where's my sausage? Okay. So this is the sausage that I decided that I wanted to use. Original. It's a pork sausage, and I love it. Now, traditionally, what they would do, they would take their sausage, and it's probably like Italian sausage, and they would take pieces and just put it onto their crust right on top of the cheese. Okay, raw. I know. That's where it's really interesting, right? We ain't going to do it raw. I just don't want to do it raw. So what are you going to do, Gina? Well, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to grab a pan, and I'm going to take the desired amount of meat that I want to use, and I'm going to brown it up right here. We ain't got nothing but time because we got our dough in the microwave. We got our sauce that's just simmering up. Okay, so let your sauce simmer. And with the sauce, cook the sauce on low. I'm going to grab a pan real quick. All right. Let's cook this. And any leftover meat, I know I'm going to have extra leftover meat. We'll use it in the morning for maybe a breakfast scramble. So I'm going to make all of it because I know that the whole pizza is not going to use all of this, but I want to cook all of it. You cook your desired amount that you want to use. Now, it's very important that in a few minutes you turn your pizza sauce off because we need our pizza sauce to be cooled down before it goes onto our pizza dough. That's very important because you can't make a pizza and put hot sauce onto your dough because it will just mess up. It'll mess the texture of the dough up. Okay? So just heat your sauce for a little bit and turn it off. Okay, let me see. We got 40 minutes on our dough. Here in a few minutes, I'll come back and we'll mash this sausage. And in the meantime, I'm going to come in front of the camera and talk to you all and see how everybody's doing. Multitasking at its best. I know, thank you. I appreciate it. When it comes to cooking, I can multitask, like it's nothing. But I can't do that with day-to-day life. I I can't. Only with cooking. Only when it comes to cooking. Only when it comes to cooking can I multitask like this. All right, I'm putting a damp paper towel underneath here to keep my cutting board from swiveling on me. I'm gonna have to get me something to drink. Okay, with ice and get that. Okay, y'all, I'm coming around. You may see me limping. I know you do. I think you can see me limping a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm okay, y'all. All right, how's everybody doing? Let's eat already. My goodness, we can't eat just yet. So we got the sausage cooking up. Got the sausage cooking up. Is everybody doing okay? A-okay. Let me see. I thought you were having Gina. Drew admitted to release. Oh my goodness, he did. Okay, I bet he did. That's a shame. How long y'all gonna drag that on? Oh my goodness, let's go ahead and talk about it so we can end the story about the frog. So there was a frog, y'all, listen. There was a frog on my deck. Scared the daylights out of me and my husband. Well, it didn't scare my husband, it scared me. I was so scared. I tried to get up and run, and I was pushing my husband down, and we thought something was in the tree behind us. It was just a night that we had. It was supposed to be a nice, beautiful, romantic night, and there wound up being a frog right there, and I was scared. I said, the heck with this romantic stuff. I said, let's go. I'm ready to go. It's a frog, and he literally just like 2 feet away from me. Closer than that. I know. Y'all, I don't like things that move. Whether it's a mouse, a frog, a snake, it was too close to my liking. I said, it's time to go. You said they're harmless. Don't they give you warts? Or is that a wives' tale? I think it's a wives' tale. They don't really give you warts, but they sure scary. That thing's eyes was sitting on the side of him like this. I said, let's go. Time to go. That's what I said. I said, let's go. Y'all laughing? You're right. Leftover sausage, you can make a sausage calzone. Absolutely you can. Oh, okay, right. Chris, okay, so Drew says, Chris, would you, oh, Valencia said, I would have ran to Gina. Oh my goodness, that thing, he was scary. He was green. He had like gold and silver going through him. And I swear his eyes was like red like fire. I'm so serious. And they was bug-eyed like that on the side. And every move we made, that little thing was looking at us. And I thought, let's go. I said, let's go. What is this? Oh, you're cooking with me. Okay. Eric, what's your favorite frozen? Let's see. The favorite frozen pizza? Okay, Musica. What's your name, Musica? You saying what's my favorite? If you're saying what's my favorite frozen pizza, it would be the Red Baron pizza, if you wonder. And then years ago when I was younger, it was the Tombstone pizza, right? The Tombstone pizza was absolutely amazing. It was like on the French bread baguette, and they had, the pizza toppings on it. You would bake that baby in the oven and it was good. That was years ago. But if I had to say today, I would say the Red Baron pizza it's good. Get a good taste. Your favorite frozen pizza is Doriel's. I've had that. I think I enjoyed it too. Oh, Screaming Pizza. Ron, I think I tried it, and I think I enjoyed it from Walmart, right? Oh, I forgot about DiGiorno. Right, DiGiorno is a really good one. Thank you, Nadine. Nadine, how you doing? I'm taking the microphone off so we can plug up the camera for now. Let me have the charger. And that way we don't get interrupted and have to unplug the microphone. So while I'm in front of you, I can talk to you without the microphone on. Motor City from Costco, and you said their pizza is good. Is that right? Yum. You love Tostinos. Oh, me too. I forgot. Dakota, you like Tostinos. Tostinos pizza, the little square ones. I like that. I might have to change from Red Baron to Tostinos because I really like their dough. It's something that they do with their dough that's delicious. Let me see. Yes, let me see. This is the one that he's talking about, that Nate Dogg's talking about, y'all. The Tostinos. I love it. I love the crust. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to say when I was younger, I liked Tombstone, but now I would always choose this one, Tostino's Pizza. It's good. That is buttery. It is. It's something good. Oh, let's see. Now, Derek, I think that I've tried what you're talking about. I just don't know how to say it. It starts with the F, and you love it. I think I tried it. I can't remember how much I liked it. Stouffer's. Okay, so Dogman says Stouffer's French bread is also good. Is that right? Oh, my goodness. DiGiorno's, yes. It's so many different kinds, isn't it? So here's what I decided what I'm going to do today. I'm going to turn around and, what was I going to say? What the heck was I going to say? Oh, I'm going to turn around and throw some breadsticks in the oven after the pizza is done, and we can have breadsticks with whatever extra pizza sauce we had, and we can really feel like we ordered out. You know, you're going to have a deep dish pizza, we're going to have breadsticks, and they can dip it in that sauce. Now, from this point, your sauce is done. Go ahead and turn it off. Can you turn my sauce off for me, please? Turn the sauce off so the sauce can be cold when it goes onto our pizza. You cannot make a pizza with hot sauce, okay? The sauce has to be all the way cooled down. Cafeteria school pizza, I can't remember that. I don't think I liked it. Oh, don't forget the pineapples. I like pineapples, but I don't think everybody does. Mildred, how you doing today? I'm from Philly, so I'm not impressed with most pizza. Okay. I've had pizza from Philly, and you know I love it. Y'all know my dad's from South Philly. Born and raised South Philly. And there's nothing like their pizza. It's the best. There's nothing like their Chinatown Chinese food. My dad took me to Chinatown in Philly. This when I was younger. And it turned my taste buds out. I lived to find food like I had in Philly. Expect the hoagies. You don't know what I would do for a hoagie from Philly right now. I would do another cartwheel. I would do another round off, and I would. Hello, Eula. Thank you for coming in and joining. You're fine. You're busy with Sugar Bear. Oh. The dollar Tostitos. Fold up like a taco. Oh, fold it up like a taco. Okay, fold the pizza up like a taco. I feel like Dakota would do something like that. Ooh, you love a good Philly cheesesteak. Absolutely. Gina, do you like cold pizza for breakfast? Yes, I do. I'm one of those people that likes cold pizza. Here, I told y'all, hold on, guys. I told y'all what I like to do. So you put mayo, and no joke, you are kidding me. I don't put mayo on my mayonnaise. No, thank you. But I am this person. When I order my pizza, I don't want a whole bunch of sauce on it. A whole bunch of sauce on a pizza kind of messes it up for me. I like for my crust to be well done, crispy at the bottom and buttery. And we like the pizza well done. We don't want to see our cheese just white, look like it was barely melted. We want it to, like, you know, look like it's been cooking in the oven for a while. And then when it gets home, you know how a pizza, when it gets home, it's hot, it's bubbly, it's gorgeous, golden brown. I mean, the stringy cheese is just oozing and going like that. That's not when I want it. I want it when it's nice and cold, and that's when it tastes best to me. I know, I could be nuts for that. I've even been known to have a fresh hot pizza that we've picked up or had delivered. I've been known to take what I want out the pizza box, put it in the refrigerator to get it cold, and then I can just sit back and enjoy it. I know you might say I'm nuts, and if you do, it's okay. What are you wanting? In Philly, they put so much meat. Let me see. Let's see. You said, my Holy King says, in Philly, they put so much meat and cheese that you can literally choke on it. Oh my goodness. See, that's not the kind of pizza that I had in Philly. I'm talking about this pizza was good. Okay, so Ron says in college I like cold pizza. And you said my stomach cannot handle it anymore. Mine can. I love cold pizza. Too much sauce gives you heartburn. Yeah, that's why with the sauce, I put sugar in it to kind of cut the acid a little bit, and it prevents like heartburn and stuff like that. Sardines. I've been known to, like sardines on pizza, but I don't order it because I know my family don't want it. So I just leave that little like to myself, because I'm not going to make a pizza with sardines or order one with sardines when I know they don't like it, you know. Oh, Bonnie says cold fried chicken. Or is your name Bonnie or Bunny? Bunny. Cold fried chicken, it is the best. Martha said cold fried chicken. Yeah, I love the pineapples. I do, but my family don't like it, so I don't do it. T. Smith says, I like hoagies too. It always reminds me of the Cosby Show. It does remind you of that. Sardine ice cream, ain't no way, Drew. I know that's a lie. I shouldn't even read that message. Raymond, how you doing today? Sweet and spicy. Oh, sweet and spicy on pizza is delicious. Oh yeah, with the pineapple and then the pepperoni, it's the best. So when I put pineapples on a pizza or order pineapple on a pizza, I always tell them that I want ham on my pizza. I do, because it's something about the ham, and then you pair it up with pineapple. It's the best. And you gotta have onion on that pizza. It's weird. Potato chips and a hoagie, never tried it. I never tried it either. But I tell you what, it sure sound good. It sure sound good. The closest I can get to, well, I was going to say the closest I can get to a hoagie is Jimmy John's, but it's not. So I'm going to erase what I was going to say about that. I wish I could find a hoagie where I currently live. You would eat cold chicken anytime, any day. Yep. Anchovies. You see, anchovies are good on a pizza, but no one mentions it anymore. I know. And I feel like anymore, what are you working on? I feel like anymore that the, I wonder if the pizza places even carry anchovies anymore as an option. I just don't feel like people are ordering anchovies. Thank you for easing that thought. I need to stir my sausage around, and I'll turn the camera around so you can see me. I'm just going to mash the sausage up a little bit to get it nice and ground up a little bit, because it is browning. Okay, and any oil that you have on your sausage, be sure to drain it. One of the last things in the world that you want is an oily sausage. It's like the worst to digest oil, right? Oh, chips are good on a tuna hoagie. That sounds good. All right, I'm just gonna mash it. It sure smells good, I tell you that. All right, we are moving in the right direction. I'm gonna turn the sausage up a little bit so it can continue to cook. But I don't want for my pieces to be really small. I want for it to be like it's Italian sausage in my, in my pizza. Gorgeous. Oh, it smells so good. I wish y'all could smell it right now. All right, let's get that off of there. I'm coming back around and we can talk. You can turn that fan off, okay? It's way too cold in here. Got to step out and you'll be back. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I appreciate you coming in and joining for the time that you are here. I am T. Smith. I am T. Smith. My goodness. Okay, so Gina says I can afford. I understand pizza delivery. Listen, when we get it, my husband always goes to pick it up. Like you said, they'll charge you an arm and a leg just to order the pizza. And so when we order pizza anymore, my husband said, I'm gonna pick it up. We ain't getting it delivered. That's my favorite, Eula. Is that Eula? Eula, I love Pizza Hut. And when I order Pizza Hut, I ask for the pizza crust to be pan, and I always have to spell it out. I say P-A-N crust, because I don't want them to think that I'm saying hand, like hand toss. I'm saying pan crust, P-A-N crust, right? And I say just make it well done. And when the crust is cooked to perfection, it's the best. It is. Oh, you said pick up all the time because they get mad when you don't tip. Oh, yeah, I could understand that. So now let's talk about something really quickly. So, have you ever had pizza crust? And your pizza crust had, thank you for the hearts, Latricia. And your pizza crust had like the little pieces of cornmeal at the bottom. Do you all like that on your crust? I would love to know. Christopher says yes. So I'm one of those people, I like that little bit of cornmeal on the bottom of the crust when it does happen, if it does. That cornmeal serves as like a great texture in your mouth. Okay, a lot of people are saying yes. Oh, jet pizzas. Yep, jet pizzas is good. Dakota told me about that. You add panko topping on your pizza. That's interesting. Okay, yes, the cornmeal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you all the options to put cornmeal. This is just cornmeal, okay? Onto the bottom of your pan that you're going to be using, okay? So it's just an option if you want to. What it does is it helps for your pizza to be able to slide in the pan and kind of move around and slide out of the pan easy. But then it gives a nice pizza feel to your mouth when you taste those little buttery pieces of cornmeal. So it's definitely an option. And if you have some around the house, you're going to use some today. If you want to, but if you don't, it'll still be just as delicious. Okay, no cornmeal. Okay. Let me see. That does look good. Where's it from? Okay, this is Jet's Pizza. Yes to the cornmeal. Okay, let me see what Mildred says. Mildred says, I never had Jet Pizza, but I love cornmeal at the bottom. Okay. I think cornmeal keeps it from sticking. It does. Keeps it from sticking. It'll help it to move out of the pan easy if you're making deep dish. And also gives it a great mouthfeel. This is Jet's Pizza, Mildred. And it's deep dish. And it tastes good. Dakota told us about it because his school had ordered it one time a couple years back. And we tried it and we loved it. So I think it's really interesting to hear the way you all like your pizza, how you like it made. You know, my Holy King was the one that requested for the deep dish pizza, and here we are in the flesh making it. And before this recipe, I didn't have a recipe for deep dish crust. I just didn't. I had a regular recipe, right? And so I had to perfect the dough. That's what happens a lot of times when people will request things. But what if I don't know how to make it? Right? Because I'm not a robot. There are some things sometimes that I need to research and figure out how to make. Like I know how to make like 99% of things. But what happens when there's 1% of something that I don't know how to make? Well, that means I need to go in the lab and do research and figure out how to make it. And so that's what I had to do with this deep dish crust. And I had fun. Susan said Pizza Hut is my favorite. You like, Domino's crust. Latricia likes Domino's crust. My husband likes Domino's. He likes that they turn around and put that garlic butter flavor on the outside of the crust. He loves that. And who is it that we can get the cheese sauce and a garlic sauce? Is that Domino's? Oh, that's Papa John's. Papa John's has where they give you a little cheese sauce and a garlic sauce. You could dip your pizza in there. I don't like the pizza. I love the sauce. I don't like the pizza and they like the pizza. And I'm like, the heck with that. I don't like their pizza. Okay, so you say yes. Renee says yes. It's a garlic buttery crust to me. Do you like pizza cut into strips or into pie shapes? Thomas, I like mine's cut into like the squares. I do. I grew up on the kind. Let's see. I grew up on the kind that was cut into squares, right? But when I would visit Philly with my dad, that's when I was introduced to the pizza. The triangle. And I thought, oh, this is different because it was. The pizza that I grew up on was square. Rectangle shapes. Gina, have you ever heard of Monocle's Pizza? Never. Monocle? Never heard of it. Karen said, okay, I'm starving, Gina. Gina, I'm starving. Sicilian. Okay, Sicilian slices. Okay. You eat the squares. Marco's. Oh, Ron said Marco's. Did we used to go to Marco's? We used to go to Marco's and we enjoyed it. No. I tell you what, when we lived in Columbus, Ohio, we used to go to a place called Grandma's Pizza. Y'all, listen. This pizza was good. When I tell you the pizza was good, it was delicious. So it looks like if I'm looking at my timer from here, I've only got like 15 minutes for the dough to rise, and we're going to rock and roll. We are. Y'all, we got up early this morning, 7 o'clock this morning. We was up. I was getting my makeup on, getting my shower, getting dressed. We had to get up and go do a whole bunch of stuff. And when we came back, it was probably 2 o'clock. I came back home and I thought, I just started praying like, Lord, I need your energy. Heavenly Father, give me your energy on today. I need your energy because I want to go live. I want to do this recipe and I want to be alive when I'm doing it. I don't want to be drained. And I'm just so thankful that God has given me the energy that I asked for. Can you stir that for me, please? Hamburger cheese pizza, I've heard of it, never tasted it. Your sister put makeup on. Oh, she did? How interesting. She put makeup on her knees. Well, what she could do that's really good is you can use lemon juice for like skin that has like a darker spot. You can use lemon juice. I don't know how often you can use it, but it does fix like elbows and knees and stuff like that. And then also, I use, what's it called? You can use baking soda. Put a little tiny bit of baking soda in with your soap and then rub it on your elbows or your knees or, you know, anything that you want, your knuckles, your feet. And it fixes stuff like that. Gina, have you ever had Beggar's Pizza? Especially their deep dish is so good. And you're from Chicago. Tiffany, I never heard of it. Okay, turn it down. Is it done? Huh? Take the masher and mash it a little bit more. It looks like it's done. I've never had it. You're welcome. Uno's Pizza. There used to be, I think I tried Uno's Pizza one time. And I think that was when I was a little girl and my mom had brought some home from work. She used to work at a bank and I believe she brought a little personal pan pizza home and I tasted it one time. Go ahead and turn it off and make the pieces smaller. Hold on, okay. What's your name? How do I say your name? Your name is Cincy99. Okay, welcome. You like fried chicken? You like cold fried chicken? Me too. Sausage is your favorite topping. Your friends and family think your friends and family think you're weird because you don't like pepperoni. Oh, Tamika, it's okay not to like pepperoni. Listen, each and every one of us different. I love the sausage on a pizza. You don't have to have pepperoni. And like for Mildred, she's not a fan of pork. She could turn around. Mildred, you could turn around and use ground chicken. You could chicken sausage, ground turkey sausage. You could use like a turkey pepperoni, and your pizza would be just as good as our pizza, right? Absolutely. So there's so many options. What's my favorite topping on a pizza? It's definitely not cheese. Can you turn that fan off? And the reason why I'm saying it's not cheese, guess what? I don't like a lot of cheese on my pizza. I don't like a lot of cheese on my pizza. So one of my favorite toppings would be sausage. And I'll say a second one. A second one would be mushrooms. I like sausage and mushrooms on a pizza. Those would be my top two. And then, y'all, let me just break down the pizza. My pizza that I love. Pepperoni, sausage. Pork sausage. Because they'll say, you want Italian sausage? And I don't want Italian sausage because I'm not a fan. I'll say pork sausage, pepperoni, mushrooms, onions and bell peppers. Make it well done. Don't give me extra cheese. No, don't accidentally give me extra cheese. Don't give me extra sauce because it's the worst. If they make that pizza the right way, I'm going all in. Sausage and mushrooms, says Lynn, yes. Spinach, mushrooms, and black olives. Yeah. Now it sounds interesting. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at my computer. International, because it's Italian. You got Italian in there?
No.
Yeah, you always got, there's Italian up there. So you got Italian, side dishes, meats, live chat, live, super live, meals on a budget. Okay, so that's it. It's not quick because the dough takes forever to cook. Okay. Oh, Deborah says, I like a veggie pizza. Deborah, I don't know if I can agree with you on the veggie pizza, but I know it's delicious, you know? I know it is. Supreme. Now, here's what I don't like. Yes, Gina, the ground turkey, red bell peppers, pineapple, spinach, and onions. It sounds good. So Derek says bacon cheeseburger pizza is good too. As long as it's not, Derek, that is the worst. If something's greasy, it's like the worst thing ever, right? Don't give me no pizza that when you pick it up, it goes limp like this. It just no. Right? And if it's greasy, it's the worst. Gina, you can say this in your best Italian accent. Can you say it in your Italian? I can try. I don't know how well it'll go over because I'm not Italian. Although I love Italian. Let me see. Forget about it. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. I had to really deepen my voice to do it. Y'all have me doing some of the craziest nut stuff on here, and I'm all for it. I'll do it, won't I? Deborah's laughing. That's it. Right, Derek says no limpy and greasy pizza. It's like the worst, right? They say New York have good pizza. They do. Yeah, they do. Sbarro's. Sbarro's. The last time we went to Columbus, Ohio, we was looking for Sbarro's that we knew that was, it was like coming out of their, what is it called? Out of their, I can't think of where it was. But we was going to go there, but we passed it up, couldn't remember where it was at and everything. Okay, my holy king, you are in New York where all the best pizza is. That's what Debbie says. Gina, you sound like Al Capone. Forget about it. Yo, I tell you what, I have a good time when I'm live with you all. I can be myself, you all can be yourself, and we always have like the time of our lives. We do. I look forward to this. And I pray, I really do. I pray that when we come on here, each and every one of us has a great time. If we're on here for 15 minutes, I'm praying that we're having a good time. If we're on here for 7 hours, I'm praying we're having a great time. And thanking the good Lord along the way. Oh, okay. So K Coffee says New York's pizza is the absolute best. We had fun, Gina. Yes, Eula. Okay, so what's your name? Cincy9 says Chicago. Okay, so Chicago's pizza all the way. Okay. Oh, you still got to make a good calzone. Derek, I showed you how to make the calzone in one of my videos. It's like one of the easiest things you can make. It's so easy. Now, what you're going to love about this dough that we made today, this dough makes a nice size pizza like it makes a large pizza. And you see, we only used 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We did. You got to turn the air off. I'm getting chill bumps up and down my legs and my arms. Can you turn the air down, please? Okay, so you said I was in the mood for steak and rice. But all this pizza talk, I'm going to get that instead, Gina. Oh, yes, Shell. Detroit deep dish is good. Is that right, Valerie? It is, Drew. Absolutely. Asmar Black, welcome in. Mellow Mushroom has good calzones. Is that right? So we seen that place. We was just wondering, does it taste good? Okay, so thank you for that. Chicago wins. Okay, T. Smith says Chicago wins. I'm sorry, y'all. Why you never make sushi? Why do I never make sushi? I don't know. But I can definitely say that. Who's asking me? Nate. I can definitely say Here's what I'd like to say about that. It's actually a great question. When I make recipes, I try not to get too technical and difficult, okay? Now, I can go there. I can go there. I can make it. But most people, when they come to my channel, they want to see something that they can make. When they see the level of difficult the sushi takes, sushi can be difficult. It can be difficult. And so when I see that it's difficult for others, I won't make it. Sushi isn't something that I eat all the time. I used to never eat sushi. I said I would never do it because it's disgusting. But since I found the sushi that has the imitation crab meat in it, I love that. It's like the best. It's called the Buckeye roll. You can find it at Kroger's. I think it's just knocked down delicious, right? But I just feel like it's so technical. People are not going to want to watch the video. They're not going to want to try to make it because it's a level of difficult. So what do you think about that? I like to bring you all the recipes, and I say on my channel, Gina, I'm going to show you how to make easy, delicious, quick, and simple recipes, right? So that would be my reason for not having it just yet, right? It can be difficult when you go to roll it, and you got to use that bamboo rolling pad. It's a lot to it. Motor City in Detroit has delicious pizza. You could put your own twist to it and make it easy. I don't know how I can make it easy because it's difficult. It's difficult to roll. You got to get that bamboo rolling pad, and it can be difficult. So I don't know. California rolls are pretty easy to make. Okay. All right, Angie. Okay. The Buckeye roll. So like I said, it's been about 1 year since I said, okay, I like the Buckeye roll. Okay, just 1 year. But previously, before all of that, I never ever liked it. What I don't like about, I don't want anything raw. Don't give me sushi that got anything raw on it because it's like the worst. And then number two, don't give me sushi that has cucumber in it. Cucumber and sushi just throws my equilibrium off. It's like the worst thing. I'm like, wait, how did they put cucumber in this sushi? I don't like that. And the Buckeye roll, it just gives me everything I want. I love the crab salad. I like the cream cheese. I like the avocado and the sweet rice. Guess what? 1 hour has passed. Can y'all believe 1 hour has passed and our dough is ready to be checked on? Is somebody excited right now? Tell me if you're excited. If you're excited, I'm going to grab that dough out right now. A compromise would be a sushi bake. Oh my goodness, y'all really testing, right? I'm with you, Valencia. No sushi for me. I don't do reaction videos, so I'd like to say I'm not going to do it, you know. Oh, you said you heard horror stories about sushi and worms and sushi. Oh, see, that's where I draw the line. The line would be drawn. Oh, Gina, that sounds good. I would love to make an orange and vanilla cake. Well, let me put the microphone in. And hold on. We're getting ready to, I'm going to show you how to roll the dough out. Okay? And your pan that you're going to use, whether you're using the pan toss, that little flat pizza pan, put some oil on it. What kind of oil? Any kind. Okay, any kind of oil will work, even if you want to use a little spray on it. Just put the oil on there because it's going to do something really interesting to your pizza crust that you're going to love. If you're the person that loves a crispy, buttery pizza crust, you're going to put oil in the bottom of your pan, okay? And if you're using a cast iron skillet or a skillet that's oven proof, you grease the sides and grease the bottom so we can get that crispy butteriness that we all been talking about with this pizza. So now I'm looking at my microwave and I can see that our dough has really risen. I couldn't be more excited. You said you missed out on a lot. It's okay, Sonia. You can, watch it later in the, replay if you have to. We understand that you're with family. We just appreciate having you in here when you can come in. Okay, so let's get our sauce. We're going to have our sauce over to us. All of your toppings that you're going to need. You can leave your cheese in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. Grabbing the cheese right now, it could begin to melt out on your counter. So we're going to wash our hands, grab our dough. I'm going to show you how I like to stretch it. Now, if you don't have a rolling pin, don't freak out, because I can show you how to manipulate the dough to where you can get a perfect circle. You're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to get a perfect circle, or you can do, there's like a pulling technique where we can keep making the dough get the size that you're looking for, okay? So I'm going to wash my hands. We're going to put a little bit more flour on our work surface once again. I know. But this time you don't have to use as much flour, okay? It's just so we can move the dough around, manipulate it, make it wider. Okay, so let's do that right now. Gina, I will watch the replay. You never made deep dish pizza, can't wait. Oh, Sonia, you will love it. Somebody said no freaking out in the kitchen. I always say that, and I mean it. Don't you freak out in your kitchen. I need that. So set it over there. Okay, y'all, here I come. Yeah, y'all can probably see me limping a little bit now. Because what happens is when I sit down and then I go to stand up, that's when it really hurts. I'm using this here for my sauce. You're always going to use the back of your spoon so you take your sauce, and when you put it onto your pizza dough, you're going to take the back of the spoon to spread the sauce. But no worries, because I'm going to show you when we're ready. But right now we need to get our crust to the perfect size that we're looking for. You might be wanting to make a small one, and if you are, you could cut this into half and make two. If you want a large one, use this whole one. You want a small, medium-sized one, just don't stretch it out too much, okay? So, let's move some of our things.
They say,
Gina, Bo says, Bo has a question. Okay. Let me see my computer. I'm a little slow. What happened to her leg? Okay. Is there a way to make crust with it without using yeast? I believe there is a way to make it without using yeast. But I'm going to tell you this. I don't think it'll be as flavorful. It's just not going to be as flavorful. But there are recipes where you could make a pizza dough without the yeast. So I would say yes to that question. I'm washing my hands. Okay, get my hands nice and clean. Don't tell him a frog attacked me. Don't you say that. Don't you do it. All right, take a look. Take a look. It's beautiful. And I couldn't be more proud. And listen, if you ever want to smell what yeast smells like this, oh my goodness, it smells so good right now. It really does. So what I'm going to do, I want to preheat my oven to 375 degrees, okay? So let's go ahead and do that now. I feel like I wanted to cook it on 400, but for now, or 425, I think I'm going to start the pizza out on 375, and I think we'll be pretty good. Let me see. I think we're going to be okay on 375. Okay, so now we got a nice clean counter. Let's go ahead and take this up. And we're going to put some flour onto the counter, and then we're going to work our dough. We're not going to knead it. I need you to get that flour. Get the flour for me. We're not going to knead the dough, but I just want to use this to stretch our dough, okay? Thank you. You never smelled yeast before. It smells so good. Okay, once again, we're putting our bench flour on, which is just regular flour. Pick your dough up. Let's do the test. Remember we talked earlier, and we was talking about if you poke it, if it keeps a dent, you did something wrong. If it springs back up, you did something right. So how about we try it a second time to see what's happening? Ha ha! Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm so happy with that. Yes, and you may see bubbles. You may even see bubbles starting to form. Absolutely. So look at this. I love the feel of it. The feel of it is so rewarding. It feels so good. I could smell, like, okay, here's the thing. When there's something that smells good to you, whether it's coffee, no matter what it is, if you think it smells good, cigars, I don't know, people could have like the smell of different things. If they made a air freshener that smelled like this, I would totally buy it. I would buy it, my goodness, because it smells so good. I'm taking a bit of my flour and I'm putting it onto my, what you call it here? Rolling pin, so I can roll out my dough. How about it? Don't roll your dough out too much. You don't want to have a super thin crust. I'm definitely not looking for a super thin crust. Okay, look at this. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. This right here is so much fun. I gotta flip it. But before, I need a little bit more flour. Preheat your oven if you haven't done that. And then I'm going to show you how much oil that I'm going to put into my pan, okay? It just springs back. It's just gorgeous. I don't know how to toss the dough. If you don't have one of these, you just just kind of work it and pull it. Just work it and pull it. Work it, pull it. Work it, pull it. Okay? Because you may not have a rolling pin. You just do what you can to get it the size that you need. Okay? So you can see my pan. I want to show you my pan. Here's my pan here. And I'm going to put some oil in my pan because I want a nice crispy, buttery crust, right? So not only am I going to oil the bottom of the pan, but I want to really oil the sides. I want everything to be crispy. I mean, I want to turn everybody's taste buds out with this. Okay, and if I feel the need to put a little bit more oil on there, guess what? I will. Okay? So we'll leave that for now, but I just wanted to show you. So if I look at the size of my pan, I know that the dough is much bigger than my pan. And I'm happy with that. Guess why I'm so stinking happy about it? It's because I want, look at that. Perfect. I want for my dough to come up on the sides. That's what deep dish is, right? Where you got crust at the bottom, but you got that crust that comes up on the side too. That's what you want. It's like a pie, okay? And so we can tell that we got enough because the dough is wider than my pan, okay? So everybody's happy right there, right? I need a little bit more oil. Just a tiny bit. Okay. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take our beautiful crust and we're going to put it into the pan just like so. And then we're going to begin to dress it in such a way. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. So now let's pick up our dough. Is everybody all for me? Are you ready? I really don't want to break it, but I'm going to do what I can so that I don't break it. Okay? How about it? Oh, wait a minute. No, I ain't going to forget it. Heck no, I ain't going to forget it, and it ain't too late. I want this. I want this at the bottom of the crust. And I'm going to do what I can to get it on there. So watch this. Oh, no. No, we ain't forgetting about that. Okay? So watch. Right? Boom. All right, but what about that side? Oh, no worries, because we're going to get that side too. I need that in my life. I want the cornmeal on the crust. It's got to be outstanding. Okay? Listen, I always told you all, it's never too late. No freaking out in your kitchen. If you forget something, don't you dare go worrying. When you go worrying, you mess your own self up. Don't mess your own self up. Okay, so this is how the deep dish is formed. The dough will rise up on the sides, right? If you were making a regular pizza, you wouldn't have these high sides like this because you're just making a hand tossed. And your hand tossed pizza would go on this where it doesn't have raised edges, okay? So this is completely fine. And this pizza dough will work for this. You'll just have a hand tossed pizza, which is delicious as well. It's just as delicious. Okay, so let's do this like this. Beautiful. We have the dough coming up the sides, and I'm all happy. Okay, let me see if anybody has a serious question before I go any further. Okay, because this could be interesting. Okay, any serious questions? I've seen them do this at Domino's. Gina is good in that kitchen. Thank you, Sonia. Don't mess your own self up. I know, because you can. You can mess your own self up, right? All right. So let me grab my cheese. I'm going to do it a traditional way. I'm going to put a traditional twist to this deep dish. But I also am going to put my twist in. And my twist in is going to be, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on top. The traditional deep dish doesn't have cheese on top. The cheese is at the bottom. Right? Like, how interesting is that? The cheese is at the bottom. Yes. Right? And then they would take sausage pieces like this that was raw and put it in there and let it bake that way. How interesting is that, number one? It's so interesting, but I didn't have the nerve to do it. I couldn't pick up the nerve to do it. I couldn't. So here's what happens. Check me out. Gina, this is really interesting. Oh, you bet it is. Watch this. This is mozzarella or provolone, whatever you'd like to use. Okay. Sometimes I feel like mozzarella and provolone are like the same things. They just taste the same to me, you know. So here's what we're going to do. Check me out. This is really, really interesting. This is so relaxing and so much fun. If it's the weekend, why not try the recipe, because it's just that delicious. And it's so stinking easy, right? Get the kids in the kitchen cooking what you, they'll have pretty much the time of their lives doing this. And you form amazing memories with them. You know, they'll sit back when they're older and say, remember when we used to make pizzas together? Those are great memories, right? Look at this. Beautiful, right? And so I'm just taking the flour off of my hands. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn around and take our sausage. I know. Gina, this is interesting. You bet it is. And take our sausage and put it on there. The sausage is fully cooked. Put as much or as least as you want onto your pizza. If you like the ground turkey sausage, ground chicken sausage, you can. All right? I have to. Yo, that sausage is good. Woo, it tastes good. Okay. So not only, no, traditionally they wouldn't put any more cheese but Parmesan on the top. I don't have the nerve to do that. I'm going to put some shredded cheese on. I'm going to put some shredded cheese on the top. I just feel like I can't make it without doing that, right? So, here we go. Look at this. And now, it's very important. Let me wipe my hands down. It's very important when you are making a pizza that you don't fill your pizza too much, because it can get a little overwhelming and heavy. And when that happens, you will have a pizza that goes, whoop. We don't want that. No, we don't want that. Okay, so don't fill it up too much. So we're going to grab some pepperoni. Maybe she will answer our question, Sonia, because deep dish is my favorite and I want to make it. Okay, the Wilmot. Okay, Wilmot, tell me what your question is, or if somebody can see what your question is and they can tell me a little later. But I would love to answer your question. What does the sauce go on? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. It's all interesting. I know, it's interesting. I'm trying to be as traditional as possible. Okay, no sauce at the bottom of this baby. Gina, that's so interesting. It is. I know. I don't normally do my pizzas like this, but I've heard and I've seen that traditional deep dish is made like this, so I'm going to show y'all how traditional is done. But I will be adding a twist of mine. You know, I will be. Okay? Now our sauce goes y'all. I don't want a whole lot of sauce. And don't go all the way out to the edge. I don't want that. I'm not looking for that. So I'm going to douse it. Not too much. Too much sauce, you can overwhelm the situation. Okay? And then we'll use the back of our spoon to spread it around. Oh my goodness. This right here. I'm going to turn somebody out today. What do you mean, Gina? I'm going to turn your taste buds out. I'm going to have you wanting more. That's what I mean. That's all I mean. I don't want to get the edge. The edge I want to rise up, okay? The sauce is so good. Like if I was not on this live, I'd be licking every bit of that off of my finger right now. But I'm on live. I'm going to compose myself.
Someone said, why didn't you go all the way up in the pan?
Go all the way up because the dough won't allow me to do that. I can't go all the way up in the pan with the dough. With the dough, I don't have that much dough. Right? But what will happen when this begins to cook, it will come up even more. Absolutely it will. Now, if we would have made a double batch, we could have came all the way up. Right? So I think you understand. Okay, so we're going to just spread that just like so. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to turn around and put, this is gorgeous. We're going to turn around and put Parmesan cheese on. Okay? And this is your deep dish pizza. That's what it looks like. And then it goes into the oven. I know, it's so interesting, Gina. So since I told you all, I'm kind of, you know, stuck in between a rock and a hard place, I have to put pepperonis on top. Just a couple. Just a couple to satisfy my my question mark of the traditional way. Okay? And I'm going to throw in just a little tiny bit of shredded cheese. Well, I'm not going to put the shredded cheese. I'm not. I'm going to do it the traditional way. But if you wanted to, we got some. That's shredded cheese, okay? So this is going into the oven, 375 degrees. All right, a little bit more Parmesan just because we can, and you can really get that crust as well. How exciting. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Italian seasoning. I'm going to shake it all over here. Oh, yes. Okay. Now, into the oven. I know, it's interesting. Into the oven and watch it work. Now, we need for this crust to cook, our toppings to get hot, beautiful, golden brown and bubbly. And this could cook potentially for 15 to 20 minutes. But one thing we're going to do, we're going to keep a good eye on it, okay? So let's get it into the oven. And if you all have a question when I come back, I'll answer questions, okay? Got a little bit of flour at the bottom. I just want to dust it off. What happened? What'd they say? All right, into the oven. Okay. So once again, it's time to clean up. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to get some, what's it called? Breadsticks. We're going to have breadsticks, and we can dip the breadsticks in this beautiful sauce. If somebody wants that to go with their pizza, absolutely. Gorgeous garlic breadsticks. Oh yeah, it's pizza night here at the Young's house, and it's easy. Easy to make a great memory with your family. How about this? All right, a little bit of parsley flakes just to make everything nice and pretty, like I always like to do. We'll throw these into the oven right before the pizza comes out, you know. But for now, we'll just set it right there. Now's the perfect time. If you have any cleaning to do, go ahead, start cleaning up, putting things away, wiping things down. And here in a few minutes, I'm coming back around, and we're going to sit and chit-chat for a little bit. got a piece of cheese, y'all. That cheese tastes good. Okay.
Someone said when they saw the green from the Parmesan bottle, they thought the frog was back.
Oh my goodness. They know they need to. Okay, so let's see. Let's clean this up. Get your work area nice and clean. When your work area is clean, you're going to be stress-free. One of the worst things in the world is to cook a recipe and then you look up, you know, when you sit down, you look up and you think, oh, heck no. Now I got to clean up this mess. But if you clean as you go, you're going to be so happy that you decided to clean up. Because when it's time, excuse me, when it's time to eat, you want to eat and then be able to relax, right? At least I do. I want to be able to eat, and then I want to be able to sit down and relax and not have to worry about cleaning that kitchen up. So I clean it up now, and then there's no fuss. All right. At some point, we'll take a look in at our pizza. Let's set a timer for 15 minutes. We have a timer set for 15 minutes. If for some reason it's not done, then we're just going to continue to let it cook until it's fully cooked and our crust is beautiful. Because everything is basically cooked in the pizza. We just want for our crust to cook up just perfectly, right? And that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm coming around right now. When I come around, I want you to put this up, okay? Please. And this. Okay, y'all, here I come. No, you have to get that. Okay, y'all. How easy. How easy. And I ain't even broke a sweat. Well, a little sweat. Miss Gina, which knives do you, let me see. Which knives do you use for slicing, cutting beef? I use what kind of knife do I use for cutting beef? Just make sure that your knife is not a serrated knife and it has a serrated edge. Because a serrated edge is going to tear your beef up, right? Can you give me a knife and I'd like to show them what kind of knife we're going to use for cutting beef? That has a serrated knife, not that kind. It has to have a clean cut. Give me my diamond knife. And let me have my rings. Okay, so let me show you. This knife, okay, is called Blue Diamond. Okay, and you can see the edge. It's a flat edge. Can you see that? It's just a flat edge. That's what you're going to want. If your knife has serrated edges, like little teeny tiny ridges, or when you go to touch it, it feels like ridges on it. It can't be used for cutting beef because it will rip that meat apart and it'll just be horrible, right? So using a knife like this is going to help you get the job done when you want to cut some beef and have it cut nice and easy. Now, here's the thing. When you're cutting beef, you cut it against the grain. So if you're looking at beef and you're seeing that all the meat and all of the, you're seeing that all of the meat is going like in a pattern this way. If the pattern of the meat is going this way, You don't want to cut going with the pattern. You want to cut going against the pattern, and the meat will be nice and tender. Hopefully you can understand that. And maybe I'll have to do like a tutorial on that so you can understand. But it can get really technical. I'm ordering some Blue Diamond knives right now. I love it. I got a little tiny one, and then I got a couple others. But it's just like this, and I love it. It cuts food really good. A pizza wheel, you can to cut your pizza. I have a couple in here, but just to tell you, you don't need it. You don't have to have it. It's just something to have. You know, it's great if you have one, absolutely, but you can always cut your pizza with a knife if you have to. Gina says, I cut my pizza with scissors. That's fine too. It is the same company that sells the pans, I think, but don't you quote me on that because I'm not sure. I have cooked the pizza on a cast iron skillet, and it turns out beautiful. It turns out beautiful, just like cornbread turns out absolutely amazing in the cast iron skillet. What is that, get ready, baby? Put that paper towel in that light up. Let me see. You say, I have a pizza cutter like they use in the pizza rest. Oh, yeah. Put some shredded cheese on a couple of breadsticks during the last minute. That sounds great. It does. I'm one of those people that doesn't like a lot of cheese. So, you ever heard of the garlic bread? They sell the garlic bread. It's garlicky, cheesy garlic bread. I don't like that. I don't want cheese on my garlic bread. I want garlic and herbs on my garlic bread and butter. So I wouldn't do that, but I feel like some of my family members might like some extra cheese on the breadsticks, you know. The pizza sauce alone, just to dip it in there, is going to be great flavor. I even got some cheese sauce we could possibly dip it in. But I was saying earlier, I don't like pizza with extra cheese. It's the worst. It's the worst. You're welcome, Levon. Gina, do you eat brisket? I eat brisket. I like it. I love the taste. I love the marbling going through it. I have not done it on this channel because I don't have a smoker. And I know that I have told everybody, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it one day in the oven. But honestly, deep down in my heart, I feel like, and this is the truth, I feel like if you're going to make some brisket, you got to have a smoker. And y'all know that I don't have a smoker. I just don't have one. Maybe I could invest in one. But until I get a smoker, I really don't want to make brisket until I get the smoker. But I know when I get that smoker, my brisket will be some of the best out there. Because I have an amazing recipe for it. I would want to get that dark char onto it. And when you slice down into the inside, it's beautiful and juicy. I know I can do it, but I don't feel like I can do it without a smoker. So you say pizza with ranch dressing? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, but our son, he likes pizza with ranch. Okay, so Levon says, girl, it's too hot to put on any oven right now, even with the AC. Oh, I understand. I do understand. It's actually freezing. It's freezing cold in here. Inside, it's freezing cold. But I definitely understand where you're coming from. I just told him to turn the air off. I'm so cold right now. Thank you, Sonia, for welcoming everybody coming in. I appreciate it. You just wanted more about, let's see, at Shell, I think I did. Just wanted more about the treatment course she took. What are you talking about, Susan? Okay, so this person, Sam Marshall, says, isn't the sauce supposed to go on the bottom of the pizza, then the meat, Gina? That's new to me, Gina. I know, it's totally new. It's totally new to you, right? But when a deep dish pizza is made, let's see if I can pull it up on just anybody's channel. Let's see. Let's see, what could I say? Deep dish pizza tutorials. It's new to me as well because, you know, if you weren't here when I was speaking about it, making a traditional pizza that we're all used to. Absolutely, you do the crust, you do the sauce, right? You do your cheese, your pepperoni, your toppings, and then you bake that baby. Well, since we're making a deep dish, it's traditionally made different. It just is. Okay, so let's just see. Let's just see what we could find. Let's look. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, guys. Here, Dakota. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just little pieces.
Yeah, it's fine.
How do you know?
You can always.
Okay, I'm back. Where? Hold. Let me see. Okay, Coffee says, who knew? I know. It's so interesting, right? Well, something's wrong with my messages. Okay, there we go. What's going on with your leg, Gina? I'm going to tell you again. Okay, what happened, Sonia? You got a question? Gina, your 15 minutes is up. It's not up. It's about to be. I feel like it's getting ready to go off. What was I getting ready to say? Daggone, I was getting ready to say something. Oh, what happened to my leg? I was showing my husband that I could still flip like I was 18 years old. And I went to do a flip, and I came down, not on both legs, but I came down on one leg, and I really hurt my right leg. I hurt the back of my leg. I tell more in detail in my video that I made yesterday. But when I came down on that one leg and I tried to walk, I thought, oh no, I hurt something bad. Because the back of my calf was swollen. It was hot. It was hurting. And it feels like I have a permanent Charlie horse in the back of my leg. But it's okay, you know. It's just hurting. I feel like it's definitely getting better every day. Because it happened on Thursday. I, sat in some warm water a couple times. I put heat on it, a heating pad, slept with the heating pad on it. And I can say today it's better. And I feel like with God on my side, it's going to get better every day. But it hurt. It still hurt. And so now I know I won't do that again. I won't try to do another flip ever again. I ain't. I used to love to do flips. All kinds of flips. I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more, and I've accepted it. No, I didn't go to the doctor. Maybe you pulled a muscle, Gina. I know, maybe. But like I said, it's feeling better. Wonder Woman. I don't know what I was trying to do. And then it was so funny because I asked Dakota, I said, Dakota, do you know how to, our son, I said, do you know how to do a cartoon? A cartoon. I said a cartoon. There goes the timer, Sonia. It just went off. I asked Dakota, I said, do you know how to do a cartwheel? He said, yeah. He go to do a cartwheel, y'all. He goes to do a cartwheel. He flips and falls.
No, I landed it. Slipped.
Let me tell the story. He goes, he flips, and he falls. And when he tried to stand up, he slid on the rug and busted his knee wide open. And I thought, oh my goodness. And then my husband, I go asking him, I said, honey, do you know how to do a cartwheel? He said, yeah, I do. I'm thinking, oh, Lord. Right, and he put his hands up in the air like this. And he doing like this, like he getting ready to go do double dutch or something. He doing like this. He looking up at the chandelier. And I'm thinking, he think his legs is about to go up that high? He looking at the chandelier like to try to get the clearance. Y'all, somehow he wind up bending down to the floor, and his legs didn't even get this high up off the ground. I said, that sure wasn't a cartwheel. I'm sitting there showing off for you, showing you that I can flip, and that wasn't nowhere near a flip at all. My husband told me, he said, that was a good flip though. I said, was it good? He said, yeah. I said, it hurt. I won't do it again. K Coffee said, I'm screaming. I know. But it was clean fun. It was a lot of fun, but I won't do it anymore. So I am going to check on the pizza. The 15 minutes has went by. If I feel like it's just not ready, then I'm not even going to flip the camera over. But if it's ready, I'm flipping that camera over. We're going to take that baby out. I am going to put the garlic breadsticks in, okay? Okay, Gina, I just got hired on board of education, school nutrition, food assistance, and you took your what? You took my what? I took your. Gina, I just got hired for board of education, school nutrition, food assistance. I took your. I'm trying to understand your message, Bridget. Oh, Achilles heel tendon. Our son had issues with his Achilles heel tendon. I can smell it and it smells good. Let me check on it. I put the breadsticks in. The pizza looks gorgeous. And can we just talk about the pepperonis? The pepperonis on there. Have you ever seen pepperonis that turn into like a little bowl? Like they go from the flat state to the bowl state, and they have like a little bit of oil in them. Oh my goodness. It looks so good. The pizza looks absolutely amazing. The crust rose up like we said it would, up against the sides. Now, one thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to wait at least, I put it back in the oven for another 7 minutes because I must make sure my crust is nice and done before slicing down into that baby, okay? Because keep in mind, we're making deep dish, and deep dish crust can be kind of thick. So I put it on for 7 minutes. I put the pizza sticks in, or the garlic breadsticks. They're in there. So in 7 minutes, we'll check on it again. You would have been in a body cast if you tried that. Oh, y'all, I wish I could show y'all what my husband did. It was so stinking funny. I don't understand what he was doing. He must not have never did a cartwheel ever in his life. He went from standing up, doing like this, looking like he getting ready to really do something, looking at the chandelier like, making sure he got a full clearance of his legs. I'm like, he must really about to do something. He ain't do nothing. So he did this. Somehow, I guess he bent down. He bent down in slow motion. So if this is his head, he bent down in slow motion all the way to the ground. So now he got his, this is his 2 arms on the ground. Here's his 2 feet. And then all of a sudden he did a movement like this. He said, I said, what happened? You ain't do nothing. You didn't even lift your legs up. His feet came this high up off the ground. I don't know what he thought he was doing. Okay, you said, okay, I see it. Do they sell it in the stores, Gina? They may. They may. He's very smart for doing it that way. Y'all, and I thought I was bad. I'm saying bad in a good way. Because he said, so, because we was talking about sports and stuff. And he said, so, I mean, can you still do a cartwheel? I said, can I? I mean, come on. I said, if you know how to do it, it's like you know how to do it. You never forget. I said, matter of fact, I said, I'm just going to do a round off for you. Y'all, I ran at top speed. Only thing I'm flipping, Gina, is food, not my body. So I said, you know how to do a cartwheel? I said, you'll never forget it. I said, matter of fact, I said, baby, I'm just going to do a round. I'm running at top speed like I'm nuts. I'm running at top speed like I'm Flojo. I was. I don't know where the energy came from. So I'm running at top speed. I go into the, because what you do is start off with the cartwheel, but when your feet, when your feet get to the top, you must close them together and your feet come down together. Well, I did it. Boom, here I go. Close my legs. I'm coming down, and somehow I landed on one leg. All my weight went to that one leg, and I felt like I broke my knee. Somebody said in the video, they said, this clickbait. I had to message them back. I said, no, it ain't. I said, I really hurt my leg. What you talking about? Oh, and it was painful. Oh, Liz, my goodness. I was at top speed like I was Flojo. Flojo used to be one of the fastest women that would run. That's how fast. I don't know why I was running so fast. I was really trying to show off. It didn't work. It didn't work out for my good. I was, Myra. I was feeling like I got this because I always could flip. I could run at top speed, round off back handspring, round off back walkover, front handspring, aerial. That was me. But that was me when I was a teenager. Right, not at my old age right now. Oh my goodness. I won't do it again though. So I learned my lesson. And it's okay. I've accepted it. I know, it really could have been real serious. So I know not to do it again. I learned my lesson, y'all. I wasn't trying to show off. I was just trying to prove to him, like, well, don't question me. Do I still know how to do a cartwheel? I'm going to show you how to do a round off. And I landed. It was a horrible dismount. So this person said, Levon says, I'm 43 this year and I sit myself down. And I'm older than that. I should be ashamed of myself. Hello, you're late. Penny, welcome in. It's okay if you're late. It's definitely okay. Let me check on my pizza, y'all. it's done, but I want it to cook just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. We'll let it cook with the breadsticks, and then we're going to take it out. Remember, don't take it out too early. Don't cut it as soon as it comes out, because it'll, you gotta let it set up, okay? You don't want it to go limp. You gotta give it at least 5 minutes before you slice that baby, right? So just be patient when it comes out. I know everybody's gonna be like, I know. So we're going to take it out. We're going to taste it. How about we say an amazing prayer right now? Because when this food comes out, we're going to be wanting to eat. Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for everything. Thank you for this special time, this special reunion that we have 3 times a week with my extended family. I love everybody in this chat, and I thank you, Father, for all of my subscribers and everyone that will come to subscribe. I thank you, Lord, for your mercy, your love time, and your understanding. Please forgive us for our sins. Come into our hearts and make you our Lord and Savior. Heavenly Father, please put a blessing upon everyone in this chat in Jesus Christ's name. No weapons formed against any of us shall prosper in the name of Jesus. We bind the devil and all his evil friends away from us in Jesus Christ's name. Heavenly Father, you hold the hearts of all kings and authorities. You hold their heart in your hand and you turn it like a water course. Blessed be the name of the good Lord Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for the roof over our head, the food, the love, the peace and the joy you bring us every day. Amen. Amen. Yes, absolutely. Amen. How many minutes you cook the pizza total? Well, it's actually been over 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes plus 7 minutes is what just happened. Okay? And when you're making a deep dish, keep in mind that it is deep and it is thick. And you want to make sure that your crust is cooked. That's why I'm going above and beyond the time, because the crust is thick. It's a deep dish. It's deep, right? It's like not like a regular pizza where you got the crust, the sauce, toppings, and your pizza's this thin. That's not what we just developed. We just developed deep dish, which is this thick. And the heat needs to get all the way through, and the heat needs to work on that crust as well, okay? We want a crispy, gorgeous crust. You had pizza yesterday from Aldi, and it was delicious. Oh, it was good. Okay, great. Great. Yes. Thank you for this meal we're about to eat. Gina prepared it. Oh, thank you. Absolutely. Amen. Oh, you're making a Frankenstein pizza? See, I don't know what that is. Oh, you're talking about how thick it is. Okay, I understand. Gina, can regular tomato sauce be used? You can, but I don't suggest it. I'll suggest it because, and don't say it's Gina Young style if you use tomato sauce. The reason why I say that is because when I put the ingredients in the description, I say use crushed tomatoes and tomato paste or whole peeled tomatoes and tomato paste. It's going to give you the thickest the thickest sauce. You don't want to put a watery sauce onto a pizza. And we know spaghetti sauce can be watery. Even the thickest of the spaghetti sauce can be watery when it comes to pizza. Because there are some spaghetti sauces out there that's thick, like Prego. I love Prego because it's thick. But it's just not for a pizza. For a pizza, you need pizza sauce, right? So that's why I choose to use the crushed tomatoes with tomato paste, or whole peeled tomatoes. You crush them up real good, mix it with tomato paste, and it makes for the most perfect sauce that's not going to be watery on your, you want to prevent watery on your pizza crust. But it's a great question. So if you decide to use, tomato sauce, you let me know how it turned out, Oh, Susan, so you're making a better than anything cake today? Okay, that's great. You tried tomato sauce, added tomato paste, added the seasonings, and okay. It's okay. Yeah, smart guy, it's okay. Because we live to learn, right? We live to learn, and when we learn, we do better, right? So it's definitely okay. So just know when you want to go to make it, look at the ingredients, see what I'm asking you to go out and buy so you can make it the right way. I'm not a fan of ranch dressing. I'm just not. I'm about to take my stuff out. Hold on. What is it, Dakota? Okay, y'all, the food is out. I'm going to show you. And I want some sauce. Okay, y'all. I know, it's all exciting. Well, you should be excited. Okay, so let me grab my pizza cutter. You can cut this with this pizza cutter, or you can use your knife. I'm going to let it cool down. Come in with the camera. Can you see that? Can somebody see that? Can somebody, hold on. Can you see the cornmeal on the crust? Look at that. That's the cornmeal on the crust. It's going to be gorgeous. This is exciting, right? And we have the breadsticks. Come on in. Breadsticks, and you can just take them and dip it. Dippity, dip, 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 dip. Okay, I'm sharpening my pizza cutter. But then I want to also show you how easily my pizza should, should come out of the pan. It should come out very easy because we oiled the pan and also we put cornmeal at the bottom, okay? Let me get my hands nice and clean. I love when the pepperoni curls up like that. Absolutely. Right? That's like the best thing. Okay, so let's see the dismount. Not the type dismount that I did the other day with the flip. This gonna come out right, okay? Are we ready? I hope you are. Let's see, that's a little hot. Let's see. Come on out. Come on out, sugar. Come on out, honey. Honey, 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 honey. Don't challenge me. Don't challenge me to it because I'm going to show up. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out. Okay. Never made deep dish crust before. Homemade, Gina, have you ever done it? Heck no, never done it a day in my life. But here we are. Here we are. Don't be afraid to learn something new. Don't be afraid to learn something new. You might like it. Okay. So we gotta let it cool down. How long, Gina? Because I want to slice down into that baby right now. How about we just let it cool down for 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're gonna slice and dice it. Okay? Gorgeous. Come in. Show them real quick. I really want them to be able to see the cornmeal. The cornmeal. Can they see? Oh, ha, ha. Now, I want them to be able to see the cheese, that there was people in there that was worried. Can I see that? There was people that was worried that there was no cheese on the top. I don't want cheese on the top. I want it to be traditional, and we'll see what it tastes like. Gotta let it cool down. And then I feel like I'll probably do a couple of triangles. That's how I'll probably cut it, okay? Let it rest. Always let your food rest. Where's the dogs at? Where's the dogs? Socks off. Socks off. Okay. Who thought it looked interesting? Did you think it looked interesting? Looks really good. Okay. Okay. And I just want to show y'all, you can do it too. You can. You can. You can. Okay, you said smart guy. I was also going to say the difference could be buttermilk versus classic. Black Winter is saying yum. Gina, this looks good. Oh, Beth, that's the best suggestion you've ever said. Beth says pizza with ice cold Pepsi. Oh my goodness, it sounds great. So I'm going to eat. I want a slice. Says, what's your name? Reese's. See, I told y'all I like my pizza cold, but I'm going to eat a piece for y'all because I know you want to see me eat it. So I'm going to eat some, but I really want it to be cold. But I'll wait. It's okay. It's okay. In the South, I have to try hard to like tomatoes. Is that right? But hasn't worked so far. Is that right? G. Hill, just welcome back. Gina said, I got one Pepsi in the fridge. Y'all, we have cranberry grape juice is what we currently have. I know, cranberry grape juice, and I don't know how much I want that with my pizza. So Raymond says, cold slice of pizza, middle of the night, eating it with your eyes closed. I know. That's how you eat cold pizza in the middle of the night, right? What'd you say, Dakota? I know, he must be sleepwalking when he's doing that. That's why I say eat it while your eyes are closed. Oh, you said no Chardonnay? Not with pizza. I'm going to get up in about 2-3 minutes. We're going to slice this, and we're going to give it, we're going to slice this, and we're going to give it a taste. See how delicious it is. Gina, that looks delicious. I love Chicago deep dish. Best pie ever. Okay. Mildred says, yum, yum, yum. Janitha, welcome. Oh, you want Hennessy with yours. Okay. Not so much for me. No, thank you. You're ready. Kicking it with Donna says, I'm ready to eat. You did it again, Gina. You never fail. Well, thank you. Christopher, thank you. Okay, Gina, it looks great. But if you want more crispier than that, you can leave it in. Absolutely, you can. Leave it in a little bit longer. Absolutely. So let me show you something. I'm just gonna do it. I got to, let's see. I want to really give you, you don't have to, a good look in at the crust. Look at the crispity, 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 crunch, crunch, crunch. That's what you want. There's the extra sauce and the garlic breadsticks, just in case you want it. Okay, back to this. How about, you're looking crazy. Don't look crazy, my goodness. All right, let's cut down into this baby. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for hearing and answering our prayer today. Thank you, Lord, for this food that we receive. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Let's go over and cut the pizza. Let's go over and cut the pizza. All right. Make sure the light is right. Do you need another light? I'm going to wash my hands. Lock that, okay? This part is so exciting. So, I want some cheese sauce. What? Cheese sauce is a must. I have to. All right. Come on in. Come on in, because it's time. Whoa. Whoa. Who you kidding? Chicago deep dish. Who? Gina Young deep dish is what I'm talking about. Look, 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 look. Remember? You guys were talking about the pepperoni that has, you know, that had this shaped into the cup. Ooh, it tastes good. Sauce to top is the way to go. Come and get the pizza. Pizza is ready, and I am so excited. All right. Okay. Eeny, meeny. Eeny, meeny. Which one? To bring it in so they can see. What piece do you want? Eeny, meeny, miny. Or I remember when we was younger, we used to do something, bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? This one. This one right here. Oh my goodness. Look at that glory. That's glory. That is glory. Okay. I want a breadstick, and I'm going to drag the breadstick in the sauce. We're going to taste it. Give me a paper towel, please. Give me a paper towel. Turn that light off in my eyes. It's all exciting. It's all exciting. I know, but and I'm gonna show you again. I got cheese sauce. There it is. So many of you right now. Now you really get to see the crust. Somebody wanted to know. So how does a deep dish crust look like? That's what it looks like. Doesn't this look like pizza? Somebody tell me this crust doesn't look like Pizza Hut's pan crust. Right? Because it does. And then I took my breadstick and I just put it down. Nah, you know what I did. I put it down in that sauce. All right. Because the pizza is so hot right now, how about we just try the breadstick for now? With the sauce, add pizza sauce and cheese sauce. Take a bite. I'm going in. Wait a minute. Yeah, he has to try that. The breadstick is so good. The breadstick is so good with the pizza sauce. What does he want to eat? Pizza, breadstick. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna give my husband a plate. Tell him to dip his breadstick in the pizza sauce, homemade pizza sauce, and into the cheese. Get a paper towel for him. Okay. All right. Okay. Time to taste the pizza. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, I gotta eat that. Let's take a bite. And the caramel is at the bottom. It tastes so good. Yeah. Here's the thing. And just like Derek eats it, if you want the look at that. If you want the crust more crispier, cook it longer. It won't burn. Like what? Just watch it. But it won't burn as long as you keep a good eye on it. This has to be some of the best pizza I ever had. Look at the look. I'm going in for this part. The crust is what I live for. The crust is absolutely beautiful. You can only imagine how somebody look at the crust, please. I didn't come to play games. I'm not teasing you, Drew. I'm trying not to. I honestly feel like, I'm so serious when I'm going to say this. Look at the crust one more time. Look. You're able to really see. Look at the air pockets. Look at the crispity, the crisp, the buttery that we spoke of. Look at that huge piece of sausage. Okay. I told y'all how much I love Pizza Hut. I did. This tastes better than Pizza Hut. I'm sorry, Pizza Hut. I love you. This tastes better than Pizza Hut. Oh, it does. Mmm. Mm. 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 Okay. Oh my goodness. Y'all couldn't imagine what the crust tastes like. Take the crust, put it through your homemade pizza sauce, then drag it through a cheese sauce. A lot of you all was saying that you wanted the ranch dressing. I tell you what, this was a great request. It was so much fun to make, and it tastes good. How you like it?
It's really good.
Say it so the people can hear.
It's so good.
He said it's so good. Okay. Thank you. I like when she start dragging stuff. Yeah. I say I'm just gonna drag it through that cheese. Y'all so funny. Where's my phone at? If I was my phone, where is it? Okay. Let's see. We went live at what time? So here's where I'm getting really excited. My pizza's cooling down. And that's how I like mine. I like it cooled down. It tastes so good. I'm going in for this part right here. My goodness. Oh. Pizza Hut who? Pizza Hut who? Make you some. So let me ask you this question. Mine will have ranch all over the top. Is that right? Gina, you should put that pizza crust on the market. It will sell out. Sonia, did you see? Sonia, I'm about to take a piece off the edge again. I really need you all to see. I mean, I know you've seen it, but I need you to see it again. I need you to see how gorgeous it is. Look at this. This is buttery, crispy gorgeousness. Look at the cornmeal, Mildred. Excuse me. That right there? Oh my goodness. So what I'm seeing, I could use this same crust to make homemade breadsticks, garlic breadsticks like we did. Because this right here, oh. I know. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. What is this person saying? I know it sounds, but what can you do? I don't understand your message, happy-go-lucky. Oh, you don't feel well? Ron, are you not feeling well today? I hate to hear that. The pizza has my vote. I'm not just saying it because I'm making it. I'm really not. I just feel like the world would love this recipe. Wow. I started the live 3 hours ago. Okay. Thank you. You usually don't eat the crust, but yours is looking so good. Oh, okay. There's a lot of people that throw the crust away. I'm the one that likes the crust, and I'd rather throw the pizza away. I'm talking about when we order out. I like the crust. Where y'all going? Sonia said, Mildred, I'm ready. Very good. I'm so pleased with this. This is such a great, easy peasy recipe. Here's the thing. If you didn't mind waiting an hour for the crust to proof, hey, you're Scots free. You can do whatever. I've never been a fan of thin crust pizza. Never. Just regular. But, so the thick crust that I like is Pizza Hut. The thin crust that I like is not considered thin. It's just a regular size crust that's not thick either. It's not thin, it's not thick. You can eat another slice. I physically can't eat another slice because I'm diabetic. So I would love to, right? But I gotta watch my sugar along the way. So I had a breadstick, I had a piece of pizza, right? So when you're diabetic, you gotta really know that medium. Yeah, is Ron okay in here? We love the water dispenser, absolutely. It's great, it's a lot of fun. But then it's also great, we got that water softener put in, and the water that, even if we wanted to get water from our refrigerator or the faucet, it's great to know that it's healthy, clean water, I love that. He wasn't feeling well. Well, we're going to pray for him. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, please put a strong blessing up on Ron Wilson. Bless over his health. Bless over his wife. Bless over his household. Let no weapons formed against him prosper in the name of Jesus. Heavenly Father, please help him to feel better in Jesus Christ's name. Help him to get some rest in Jesus Christ's name. Help him to wake up feeling refreshed in the morning with God on his side. Lord, please protect him and help him feel better in Jesus Christ's name. And we thank you for answering our prayer. Amen. I hate that. I hate to hear that when somebody doesn't feel good, No Saj today. Oh. Yes, absolutely. Hey, listen, Ron, when two of us come together, God said when two of us come together in agreement, and so many of us just came together in agreement, you will be healed. You will begin to feel better in Jesus Christ's name. And the prayer has already been answered. Okay, so you might want to just rest. Rest up and, maybe lay down on your left side, get some water or something, and hopefully you can feel better. Yes, it is. Absolutely. You're our family. Yes, absolutely. I love all your recipes. Thank you, Shells Lee. Oh, you missed the live. You'll go back and watch it later. It's okay. No problem. You're never too late, Ty. You can just watch the replay. We had a lot of fun. I actually think I'm going to be getting off so I can kind of relax. I want to relax out on the patio with my husband and just kind of kick my shoes off and just close my eyes and relax. You know, because we have been up since 7 this morning, ripping and running. And then when I got home, I got an important call, guys. Got an important call. I'm going to get off of here. Okay, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Give me a big hug. I'll see y'all later.